All right, so this video ended up being much longer than I expected, a good couple hours. All right, so I have some editing to do and some uploading to do, but bear with me. This reading was created and done to inspire you and to uplift you. Okay, so stick around. Some of the options are kind of silly, especially the first one, but all good messages. All right, so just bear with me, stick around, watch the story, watch me go on a rant for the first beginning. That's probably why the video is so long. And stay for the bonus reading. Stay. It's very small. It's not even really a reading. It's words of inspiration, encouragement if you need it. Okay, so I'm saying left. Stick around. Go check out daveeast. I think he might be on tour right now. I think. I could be wrong. Go check him out. And go check out his music and be inspired and create. Love you guys. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Tay Mystical Mermaid. This is going to be a daveeast inspired pick a card reading. Y'all should saw this coming. Y'all should have saw this coming. This, let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, so I chose 3 songs for you guys. We may have like a bonus one, so stick around to the end for like a bonus little message. It may not be a full reading, but I just feel called to add on something extra. Okay, now with these songs, like, I'm going to record each reading separately, and I usually don't do that. I usually just keep filming all the way through, but your girl is kind of winded. I'm tired. I've been doing readings like back to back, so my throat is feeling kind of like dry and my voice might go out. So you might see me drinking some tea, see me drinking some coconut water. So I do apologize in advance. You guys know I like to just kind of get straight to the point. But like I said, I'm gonna have to break these readings up. I also have some things written down. So what I do is I write down the lyrics and I just kind of sit and meditate on them and see what I get from each song, as well as just whatever the cards bring up, whatever I intuitively pick up on, as well as any other songs that might come through the reading. Okay, so it won't just be all daveeast songs. It could be other songs that might come through, or maybe different things he mentions within his raps that might trigger other, energy to come through. So that's on that. All right, but I just want to, keep it fun, keep it lighthearted, keep it cool over here. You guys know that. I like music. You guys know I'm always like channeling music. I'm clairaudient, so you guys know I can't do a reading without some sort of song coming through. And so that's why I'm doing these readings, and I'm only doing them based off the artists that I like. So if I don't, I know some of you guys have given recommendations and suggestions, but there's certain artists where I'm just like, I'm not really, it's like, yeah, I'm good on them. No shade. It's just like, it would be inauthentic for me to do a reading, an inspired reading by an artist by, how do I say it? I'm tongue-tied. It would be inauthentic for me to do a pick a card reading that's inspired by an artist that I don't even listen to. At that point, you're just doing it for clout. So I'm going to do what I kind of want to do, but I'm thankful and grateful for the suggestions. I have some other artists lined up that I like that I'm going to be doing. Some of them already have like the cover art for and songs picked out, but I just haven't had the energy to do it. And I do these by the way I feel. So if I'm not in the mood to listen to a certain artist, I'm not going to do their pick a card reading. Like, I can still love their music. I may not be in that vibe, Like, I might be in a more soulful vibe, one day. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. And the next day I might want to just hear hip hop. I might just want to hear rap. And then I'm going to do that. So just to give you guys a breakdown. All right. So this daveeast pick a card reading, what's crazy is, when I did the initial Nipsey Hussle inspired pick a card reading, the first one, I was then going to do Kevin Gates, and then I was going to do daveeast. But I felt called to do another Nipsey Hussle inspired pick a card reading, and then kind of life happened. I ended up doing Kevin Gates, and I was like, okay, when is the daveeast one coming? Like, when are we going to do this one? And I was just like, okay, feeling really called to do it lately. So here we are. And like I said, his is quite different because it feels like my spirit guides are guiding me to do each reading separately. So maybe there'll be a difference, like a bigger difference with energies in each reading, but we're here. All right. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know too much about daveeast. Like, I don't know, like, I haven't dived too deep into him, But what I do know is that he's from New York. He's from Harlem. And I do know that he's really raw. Really straight to the point. He's a straight shooter. And I like that. And he has this, like, his voice is real gritty. And I don't know. He just, when I listen to daveeast, it sounds like something that the men in my family would have listened to. Or listened to. Like, he sounds like hip-hop. He sounds of, like, my early memory of hip-hop. And I'm a 93 baby. So it makes me think, like, of the 90s. And in fact, whenever I listen to daveeast, it reminds me of my cousin. So just going to share a story with you guys. Bear with me. So I had this older cousin. I don't know how... Let's see. Lynn might be, like... I don't know if he's, like... He's much older than me. He has to be in his 40s, like his late 40s, mid to late 40s. But anyways, he used to love basketball. I think he wanted to be a basketball player at one point and a rapper. So it's quite interesting. Like, he always, you know, had the jerseys, the Jordans, and he was always listening to rap music. It was always Jay-Z or Nas. And basically, he used to work at Champs when he was, you know, younger. And so I used to get, like, all the Jordans, you know, discounted. Like, I used to go to school real cool. Like, I had all the cool kicks, jerseys. Even my mom was rocking stuff because of my cousin. And the story is that my mom, when he was a kid, because my mom was a cool aunt, my mom brought him some Jordans, brought his first pair of Jordans. And so he turns around, and then it became his thing for me. Like, he would make sure I had all the coolest, like, kicks and all of that. And yeah, so it just kind of went like that. So I don't think he realized how much he inspired me as a kid, because his whole vibe, like his whole aesthetic, from the jerseys to the even the hairstyle he had at the time, to the Jordans, and he was just cool. I always thought he was the coolest, you know, thing when I was a kid. He was, like, just real laid back and silly, and he was a Scorpio. He's a Scorpio like me. So as a kid, I thought he was really cool. And like I said, I would always hear Nas and Jay-Z and East Coast music because of him. Like that, I remember going to my auntie's house, my tia's house, and he'd be playing all of that, and he would just go and lock himself in his room, come out a little bit. And I just remember, I don't know, it's just a touchy memory when you're a little girl and you're looking up to your big cousin, and you just think he's the coolest thing. And yeah, I just remember jerseys, cologne, Timbos, Jordans, rap music, Nas, Jay-Z, East Coast rap, even Lil Kim. Like, I remember all these different things. And he always had a new girlfriend. Yeah. So, yeah, wow, shout out to my cousin. We don't talk too much anymore, but shout out to the impression that he made on me when I was a kid. You know, he had great style, like fashion on 100. So when I think of daveeast, there's a reason why I'm going here. When I think of daveeast, it makes me think of my cousin. It makes me think of something that my cousin he probably does listen to him. I'm pretty sure. There's no way. If I were to reach out to him now and be like, do you listen to daveeast? I'm pretty sure he'd be like, yeah. Like, that's his, he would be up his alley. You know what I mean? So that is a vibe that I get from daveeast. It makes me think of my childhood. It makes me think of nostalgic memories, and being in the car listening to different songs come on, because like I said, my mom was like real cool and laid back and real chill. She was like the cool aunt, always knew new music. And yeah, it's just nostalgic memories of being, you know, on Slauson, just driving from her childhood home, or being at the babysitter's house, playing music, visiting my aunt's home, just all of this energy. And then I remember there was this song, it was 𝐻𝐻𝑚. You guys remember that song? 𝐻𝐻𝑚, 𝐻𝐻𝑚, bang, bang. I remember I was singing that song. It came on the radio, and I was picked up from, I think she picked me up from my tia's house or the babysitter's house. Keep in mind, I was in Christian school, yada, yada, yada. So there's certain stuff we couldn't sing, but we sing anyway because we're badass kids. Anyways, this song came on the radio, and I knew it word for word. I don't know how old I was. There was no way. I don't know how old I was. Keep in mind, I'm a 93 baby. I gotta go back and see when that song came out. There was no way I should have known those lyrics. No way. So that tells you we were singing it at school. We were singing it at the babysitter's house. I may have even heard my cousin playing it at my tia's house, but it stuck with me. And you know, the music's amazing. You know, it's a dope beat. And so I'm singing it, and I remember my mom cut that. That was the first time she got so stern with me. That song is like burnt into my memory because she cut the music and she said, "Don't you?" And I was like, "What?" Like, she said, "Don't you say that." And I was like, "Shit!" Like, I think she may have popped me. I can't remember. And my mom didn't she didn't hit me that much. So I was like, what the, you know, like, hey, that was more my dad singing. So when she told me I couldn't sing it, I was like, damn, like as a kid, I remember being traumatized because I'm like just vibing out, I'm just singing this song. I don't know what they're saying. All I know is 𝐻𝐼𝐸 𝑤𝑎𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙𝑙 had attitude and just very, you know, like, just, I will clap back. But when she did that, I was like, whoa, like if my mom is telling me I can't sing this, then it must be something bad. Of course, as an adult now, I'm like, thank God she told me to stop singing that, because there's no way a child should know those words. Like, I should not, but it's still engraved into my memory. So when I listen to that song, there are certain things that I can just sing subconsciously. Like, I'll just be singing and I'll be like, oh, I knew that lyric? Like, I knew that. And it's like, yeah, you've been singing this for a long time, girl. So that was like one of my first experiences my mom popped me for singing a song that I shouldn't have been singing. But I was that young that I did not know why my mother was mad at me for singing that song. She was like, you just can't sing that, so don't sing that song. So there's my story for you guys. I don't know why I felt called to share that, but no, when I think of daveeast, it makes me think of the songs that I would have heard on the radio. You know, it makes me think of the songs I would have heard on the radio when I was a kid, when everything was just more real and just had more feeling and more energy to it. Nowadays, things are quite, I don't know. I don't even know what this is we're listening to. It's just fake. It's fake, it's dry, it's numb. And it's a different type of numb. It's just like no feeling, robotic. We might as well have AI rap at this point, because it's just the stuff I hear is just like the same. It's like programming, the worst programming. It just sucks. Like, there's no story, there's nothing. And I think that's why I really like what he's doing. Although some of the songs I listen to, I'd be like, damn, like that's not something I'm gonna repeat, but I'm not my head to it. I'll listen to it. It's because it's raw, it's his truth, it's his authenticity is what really draws me in his flow. The music's always hard. It's just something real, and you can kind of zone out and just listen to what he's saying and go into the feeling of it. You guys know I'm an empath. I connect with different like energies. So for me, it's like I'm hearing, I can feel the energy off of his words, like what he's saying. So it's just like, it's deeper. So these music nowadays barely it has nothing on it, no energy, no feeling, just low frequency. So I consider him to be hip-hop. I actually was listening, I was on TikTok, and one of his songs popped up on my timeline. It was my first time listening to this song. When it popped up on my timeline, I was just like, okay, let me use this song and do a little TikTok. And I was listening to it as a first reaction, and when I heard that, I was like, damn, like, there you go. There's something that he's gonna say that's gonna make you like jolt a little bit, like, damn, okay, Dave, all right, that was real, but okay. And yeah, I just think in that video I said, stay out of my comments, because I think he is hip-hop. I definitely feel like he's like the last of a I don't want to say the last of like a dying breed. I don't want to say that. What I want to say is he has a certain style that is hard to find. Like, it's hard to find, you know? So that's my take on daveeast. Now, what's crazy is I go through my bouts with music where it's like I'm in the mood for something in one moment, and then I'm like on to the next, and then I come back. And what's crazy is I have an old post that I had made, like, I think in 2019 or 2020, somewhere in that time. And things are quite foggy then, because you guys know my mom passed away in 2018. But in 2020, apparently I had made a post and I had used some of his lyrics from I Need a Sign. So I thought that was interesting. I was scrolling down, deleting some pictures, and I saw that post, and I was like, whoa, okay, so he was listening back then too. Ironically, I think my first initial, I don't even think that's my first initial time learning of him. I think I had heard his music before, but just never connected his voice to his face. I was at Nipsey Hussle's Puma like pop-up, and like the first drop, and y'all, it was a struggle. I remember I drove around everywhere looking for the sweatsuit everywhere, okay? And then finally I was like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to go to get it. Waited in line for the longest, y'all. I had jumped out of bed, I looked bummy, and waited in line. And I remember there being a little bit of commotion, and this guy was like, oh, that's him. And I was like, who is this guy? Like, I could see there was someone tall kind of like walking back and forth, and there was this truck, or I don't know, it was him moving back and forth, and they were like, that's daveeast. And I was like, okay, why does this sound familiar? I should know this. And I was like, wait, who's daveeast? And they were like, he's a rapper. He's the guy who's always like with Nipsey. And I was like, ah. And they were like, yeah, he's cool with Nipsey. And I was like, oh, interesting. And I was like, that was sweet of him to show up. That was sweet of him to show up and support Nipsey's line, because Nipsey had just passed. So I thought that was cool. And I think while I was there, he was the only celebrity that showed up to support Nipsey. At least while I was there, and I was there for a long time, y'all. So I thought that was really nice of him. So that was like my real memorable memory. But I said, I believe I had heard his music before. I just never connected his name with his face. So it was cool to have that experience. And I think after that, that's when I was like, okay, let me pay more attention to daveeast, because I love Nipsey. So I'm like, let me see what's up. And when you love a certain artist and you feel like whatever they listen to or whoever they're hanging out with, you kind of trust that person's gonna be good too. I wouldn't see Nipsey hanging out with somebody who was whack or weak. So then you start to think to yourself, like, let me check his music out, and he's dope, he's good. So yeah, and I wish that they could have had like more time in the studio. Like, I wish we would have had like 5 daveeast Nipsey Hussle tracks. That would have been super cool. So that is my take on daveeast. Like I said, listening to his music is really, it's just something that I do like when I'm in grind mode, like when I'm on the go and I just need to kind of get out of my own head and just be in, like, just be present. He seems to have gone through a lot of grief, which I've picked up on in his music, and it's just the energy of it. And when you've gone through a lot of grief, I know I've gone through a ton of grief myself, it's just something you can kind of click with. You resonate with that, and you understand how that is, and the healing that how it's a process. Like, that doesn't just go away overnight or over a year. It's not even a decade. It just something you consistently have to work through and move forward with. So like I said, I respect that, and also his messages on struggle, like how he's come from nothing and then kind of built himself up. God bless you, Harlow. Just that energy is inspiring, So let's get started, because I feel like I'm talking a lot, and you really want to go outside right now? My dog is tripping. She does this whenever I want to do a reading. Harlow, come here. Come here. Come say hi. Come here. Can you put your paws on me? Paws up. Paws up. I don't know if y'all can see her. Yeah, I see her a little bit. But yeah, so we're gonna get started in this reading. I'm gonna let her go outside, and yeah, so choose an option. We have option 1, option 2, option 3. I'm gonna say a quick little prayer. You can stay through this, or you can move on. It's just up to you. Dear Father God, Mother Goddess, Holy Spirit, please be present. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, and Santa Phone, please be present with me and my viewers, Holy Spirit. Please protect them and watch over them and guide them, Holy Spirit. Please heal them if they're going through any grief, any depression, anything that they're going through. Please help them. Please align them to their highest purpose. Help their life to be purpose-driven. Please protect them from any enemies that are seen and unseen, Holy Spirit. Please guide them and watch over them. Protect their families. their friends, their pets, everything that they love. Nourish them and guide them and give them clarity. Align them with the right people at all times, the right opportunities at all times. Holy Spirit, and help them to stay uplifted. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, y'all. So as you know, I have a Christian background. So when I say in Jesus' name, amen, it's just a part of my programming. All right. I do love Jesus, the Ascended Master. I've been saying that a lot in my readings. I've been feeling the need to explain that. So who knows why? But yeah, so let's get started. Option 1, let's go. So I was just about to let Harlow out, and Harlow's like, girl, please. She just wanted my attention. Okay, so let's get started. You guys have Bet My Life. Okay, that's your song, Bet My Life. I'm going to roll the dice. We're going to get a number. You guys have number 6. So number 6 could be important, but the number 6 operates. Interesting. The number 6 also represents the Lovers card in tarot. Okay, so the Lovers, which is also Gemini energy, which I believe daveeast is a Gemini, so that's pretty cool. We've got a little synchronicity here. Maybe some of you guys are Geminis. And yeah, so it represents the masculine and feminine energies. It represents duality, light and dark. So that's coming through. 6 is also number of mankind. 6 also represents harmony. Okay. Now I want to get into some of the notes that I have written down here. But first, I feel called to pull from this deck. So let's see. What does option 1 need to know, Holy Spirit? Whoa, this one wants to fly. Spirit says no. Wow, Spirit says no. So if you guys had a question or if there's something that's been on your mind, Spirit says no. That's quite weird that I felt called to pull from this deck without getting into the message first. So there's something going on right now. Okay, that's weird. Spirit says no. We'll get more on this, on what this means. I'm going to set it to the side. Okay. What's at the bottom? Ego, deception, and envy. Wow. With Rihanna. Okay. So, working through the ego. I wouldn't be shocked if the devil card comes out. All right, so let's get into my notes. I took notes on this song. So we have Bet My Life featuring A-Rap music. I feel like I always need to say it when I say it like that when I hear his name. So anyways, I have written down a portion of the song where he says, Son of God, they try to crucify, carry the heavy cross. So that stuck out. I'm going to also read off some other things that stuck out. Conversation helped with my rollie. I heard my Prezi talks. That stood out. I can see these. This one made me laugh, so I just had to share it. I can see these blank is light. They never felt the dark. Bunch of Planet Fitness never felt the park. That just made me laugh, so I have to share that with you guys. This song actually has a lot of little lines that I like when he says something about Rocket Man, like Elton John or something like that. Rocket, I don't know, but I thought that was funny, and I don't know if you guys know Rocket Man. Rocket Man is by Elton John, but anyways, so there's that. I wrote down the number 3, and I heard third time is a charm. Okay, and I also have where he said lessons come with every loss. I bet without that GPS, I bet you're very lost or something like that. And when I wrote that down, it's weird. It's like I saw a compass turning, and then I saw like the face of a watch. So like time moving, but it also made me think of like the wheel and the medicine wheel. So I wouldn't be shocked that the Wheel of Fortune comes out, the World card, anything like that. That makes me think of something that's destined, something that's fated, maybe a contract. So being divinely, being on the time. I don't know why I'm hearing on the right time. Being here on the right time. I'm actually hearing someone say, like, do you have the right time? It's like maybe they're in a different state or a different country. Like, what's the time? Like, you're adjusting your time to a new place. Like, adjusting the time. I don't know what that's about. But I'm also hearing Nipsey Hussle's Perfect Timing. Okay, there's something about that coming through, all right? So, lessons with every loss. Without that GPS, I bet you're very lost. Direction. I actually have a card that talks about Direction Guardian, and I feel like that deck probably has a message for you guys. So I'm going to pull that. But that is basically what I have. And then at the end of the song, he says, feeling good, breathing right, eating right. And yeah, this song just kind of felt like a 6 of Wands, which is like my Nipsey Hussle card is like a victory lap energy where it's like I won the war. Like the 6 of Wands usually shows someone coming out of a war. And they're the only one who made it back, and everyone's cheering them on. And they're all like bruised and they have dirt on them and blood, but they made it. So it's like coming out of survival, coming out of the hard time, coming out of hardship into better territory, a win. But he says, I'm on my second win. So here we go. Here we go. Let's get started. Let me get some tarot cards for you guys. I'm trying to decide what tarot cards. I think I'm going to do this deck, this Egyptian deck we have here, or I might do my spiritual one. Okay, let's start. All right, let's see what does option 1 need to know. The 6 of Cups. The past. Yeah, talk about war. There's a war going on behind these kids, and he's preparing for battle. Look, he's young. You have these children here sitting on the step, but he looks like he's a preteen, and he's already preparing for war. While there's a real war going on behind him. This makes me think of Achilles. The movie Achilles. Well, Troy. This one makes me think of Troy, the movie, which could be significant for some of you guys, but this talks about past memories. It could even represent past life trauma, inner child trauma, like needing to be, I'm hearing fierce, needing to be a warrior ahead of like your time. I don't know what that means. Like, hold on. It feels like you had to stand up and be a soldier much earlier than you should have. So like your innocence was taken, like your innocence was lost, you know? Maybe you had to defend yourself or fight for yourself, fight for someone, you know? Protect yourself. So it's like from a young age learning that you had to be a warrior, you know? Because they're still innocent, but his innocence seems lost. He sees that there's a war going on behind him and he's preparing to fight. They're preparing him for battle just in case something were to happen. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Achilles being the god of war, and he was young. He was young, you know, like he had done so much already, but there's this energy of being in battle since a young age, like already having your armor up, already in like this, I want to say like paranoid or a sense of survival or like needing to protect yourself, defend yourself early. So that's that. And usually when people are like that, it's due to some sort of trauma, something they've seen, something they've had to experience or go through, or their circumstances. So let's see what else is going on. We have the 8 of Cups. Wow. The 8 of Cups comes through as having something that was decent, but wanting to move on, needing to move on, knowing that you deserve better, knowing that there's more on the other side. And I'm hearing Beyonce's on the other side. There could be past and loved ones connecting with you guys, because that song I always connect obviously with the other side. And if you go and look at the music video, the visuals from that portion of the song, it's really deep. You know, it's like serene waters. So it's like on the other side. You know, here's the battle here on this 3D, and here's you like the in between. And then they're talking about the other side, like on the other side of this war, on the other side of this battle. I'm hearing this uphill climb. Okay, let's see what else they're trying to say to you guys. Like, he has this camel. He's like, I'm ready. Like, let's just move forward. What's next? We have the Fool. He's ready to move forward, I'm telling you. And he's got his little spirit dog. That's not even a real dog. That's crazy. Because, like, in the other tarot decks with the Fool card, it's an actual physical dog, but he has like a spirit animal, which makes me think of the movie Coco. Go watch Coco. Oh, Coco has to do with ancestors, spirits and ancestors. Got you. So Ace of Wands, new beginning, passion, creativity. Look at that. It's like a portal opening or like a spirit. That's what this is, like a spirit opening the way. You see how they're guarding it? The hieroglyphics, like they're guarding this. And there's this rattle here. And it's like a cheetah print, like rug. And then we have Ace of Wands, which is fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, moving forward, passion, creativity, feeling alive again is what I'm hearing, feeling a drive. Okay, let's see. Now with the Fool card that you have here, this talks about taking a leap of faith. This is also represented by a fire element, which would be Aries. So he has this protection. He's ready to just take that leap. He's gonna take a leap off this cliff. He's willing to just, he's like, I'm willing to take that risk. I'm willing to move on. Yes, what I have is okay, but I know that I deserve better. I know I deserve better than this life. That's what I'm hearing, than this type of way of living, this struggle that I'm hearing that I'm so used to. The pain that I'm so used to. It's like almost like it's embedded in me is what I'm hearing, like it's tattooed on my body. It's something that he saw as a kid. Like it's something that he's always known, and he's decided, and he's mature now. He's decided that he's ready to move on. Like maybe he's made himself comfortable in this with the Eight of Cups, but he's now deciding that he wants something different. He deserves better. So I know I keep saying he, and this is for anyone who's watching, like just change the pronouns. But he's taking a leap of faith. He's like, I am worthy of more and newness. This is taking a huge leap of faith into the unknown. Like, I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know how this is going to work. But I'm trusting that if I feel called to it, then for some reason, I need to do this thing. Now, with this spirit dog, which makes me think of Coco, please go watch the movie Coco. Please. For the longest, everybody was telling me that I need to watch it. And yo, they were right. If you've lost a loved one, if you've dealt with grief, go watch Coco. Even if you've lost like your fur babies, just go watch Coco. This is interesting because I'm telling you, it makes me think of the movie Coco and the little boy and the dog, and how they didn't want him to play with I think they didn't want him to play with the dog or something like that. But anyways, he's rebellious. This little boy, it's not that he's not a bad child. He's a kid that you can't tell him what to do. I relate to that. And he's just like, I'm going to go do my own thing. I want to do this. His love was for music, and he played the guitar, and it was a big no-no to not, wow, I'm giving you guys a story. So this is a spoiler alert if you've never seen the movie Coco. Okay. They didn't want him to play the guitar, you know, because it was connected to his grandfather, and he left the family, like he abandoned his family. But we get the truth of everything at a certain point. But Coco gets drawn into the underworld, basically, or to the other side. You know, and the other side is where everyone is like, that's where the ancestors are. That's, you know, and it talks about ancestor, God, I'm blanking, y'all. But it talks about honoring your ancestors, all right? Like feeding them, you know, giving them water, talking about them, sharing their stories, singing their music, you know, singing the music that they liked, keeping them in your memory, you know, because that's a big deal. Like you don't lose them. Don't ignore them. You know, their spirit is still alive. And so we get the truth of Coco's legacy, of the movie Coco and the legacy. Okay. So, and this little spirit dog is like his little spirit guide who's helping him, you know? So this whole time, this dog was brought to him to kind of guide him and be with him as his companion and as his help. So that could be meaningful for someone. All right. And it's interesting in this song, it's like Bet My Life, and he's taking a big risk here. He's willing to take this leap of faith. And I'm on my second win. It's just like he's going at it again. You know, he's trying things again. Maybe when he was younger, you know, he experienced a little bit of it, but now he's like, it's time for something new. He's on a second chapter of his life. All right. So let's see what else we get from this storyline that we have here, because they gave us a straight up storyline. You guys need to be connecting with your ancestors. If you're not doing it, you need to do it, because it feels like your ancestors want to work with you on some things. Now, let's get back to this deception and ego card you guys had earlier. With the Spirit Says No. So there's something that you're not seeing. It could even be about yourself or about someone around you. Okay? Because this is like, just look at that. That goes together. There's something that you're not seeing, and they want to make it clear. Okay? They want to reveal this to you. They're also wanting you to come out of your own ego to see this. Okay? Let's see what else is going on. This feels like this one's going to be a long one. I feel it. Okay, let's see what's going on. Give me these cards. Wow, I'm trying to pick up a deck of cards. I can't even pick them up, so I'm getting that I'm probably not supposed to use them right now. Let's use these. What is this Spirit Says No? Holy Spirit. What is this about? I just heard seeing who's really around you. Yep. Okay, in the movie, y'all, in the movie, he finds out that someone's deceptive. He didn't see it coming. There were lies, okay? And he finds out the truth. And it's a deep movie because he does end up learning some lessons in this film about authenticity and how some people are deceptive and sneaky and greedy. He learns a lot. He learns how some people operate off of pain and greed. Like there's, let's see what this is about. What is the spirit says no? This is a divine feminine, sacred feminine, the flower of life. This is Mother Mary here. So there could be something deceptive, like the spirit says no about some sort of feminine energy. This is the mother, sacred feminine, the mother, the empress. So, and this is 3. Yeah. So this is some sort of divine feminine. It could even be an ancestors of yours, like a passed on loved one that's a feminine energy that's telling you no, like you deserve better. That's what it is. They're wanting you to, oh my God, you're at war with your own ego. Or possibly a female. You're at war with someone. Like he's pointing this. She came out earlier. He's at war. You know, he's like, I see this. I kind of see this. It could even be your own ego. So the spirit is saying no. It's like they're pointing to, you're telling you something of your past. 6 of Cups energy, because this is the past. The 6 of Cups is nostalgic. So they're saying there's something that you're not seeing in regarding a past person, or for a lot of you, this is a feminine energy, whether this is like your friend, a family member, a coworker. This could even be a ooh, I hate to say it, for somebody out there, it could be a sister, but this could be like a ex partner, someone you're seeing, could be a girlfriend, baby mama, I don't know. It's somebody that you guys need to be mindful of, okay? Just be mindful. It's like you may have felt just comfortable with them. And sometimes when people feel comfortable, it's like, I've known this person for years, or they're a family member, or like we go way back. And sometimes those are the ones you gotta be mindful of. So that's a side message for someone, okay? But you also could have a divine feminine in the higher realms protecting you. Mother Mary energy coming out here. Ironically, I'm wearing my Mother Mary charms right here for protection. You know, this is representing strong maternal protection. So there could be like a mother, a grandmother, a great grandmother, an aunt watching over you from the higher realms, protecting you, trying to tell you that there is someone that you need to be mindful of. So it's gonna be someone from your past. Once again, with the 6 of Cups, it's giving a past energy. With the 8 of Cups, it's talking about something that is either already has been or currently is that you're walking away from. So this is an energy that's already in the past, or is still in your present, but you have history with, that you're taking a leap of faith from to walk away from. So this is an energy, a person, something that it's time, they're saying it's time to let go, because you're not seeing this clearly. It's more of like an ego thing, or an ego boost. I don't know what that's about. Now, underneath that card you have, wow, and I was going to say Selena. That is crazy. I was going to say Selena, because when I say you got to be mindful of friends and people, like family, because Selena, rest in peace, Selena. Oh my God. We're talking about Nipsey and Selena in this one. Is crazy work. Two beautiful souls, two beautiful spirits. Selena, she didn't even get a chance to fully fulfill her, everything she could have did here on this planet. She was extremely talented, but she was very trusting and very kind. And the person who ended up killing her is someone who was a fan, someone that she had befriended, someone that she thought cared for her, had known for a minute. And the woman was jealous of her own ego, her own envy and deception, she was just jealous of her. And I believe, it's a little deeper with Nipsey's thing, but his passing, but that's still jealousy. It's a setup, and it's still jealousy, so it's just being mindful of envious people, jealous people, deceptive people. Because sometimes people act stupid when you don't do things the way they want you to do it, So I don't know. That energy is here. So just be mindful of don't give people the benefit of the doubt. I know I should be uplifting and say give people a second chance, but no, sometimes you don't need to give people a second chance. Sometimes you need to see a snake for what it is, a snake. Sometimes you need to see somebody for, okay, that's a past energy that I do not need to be dealing with on that level. Like you have to see who people truly are. When they show you their true colors, don't try to repaint them. Don't try to, change the color. Like, that's who they are. That's who they are. So that is the vibe that I'm picking up on here, you guys. Like, this is more of a warning, because we have brave, and now, oh my God, I should just hold it up, because who knows what's going to be shown next. So we have something happening within the few months for you guys, right? The next few months. But what's interesting is I'm going to pick this deck up because I don't know if we're going to get more synchronicities, and I want you to see it. But we have Be Brave with Selena, okay? It says, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be paranoid. Don't live your life. I'm hearing, why are you so paranoid? Kanye West. Baby, don't worry about it. How does it go? Lately, don't even think about it. You worry about the wrong things, the wrong things. You worry about the wrong things. Something like that. Okay, so brave. Don't be afraid. I'm hearing Jill Scott where she says, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Yeah, that's a part of an interlude to one of her songs. So they're saying, be brave, be fierce, be strong. Just don't be afraid. This is about you seeing people for who they truly are. And I think that's why your ancestors are trying to connect with you so long. Like, your past and loved ones are trying to connect with you. They give you the full truth, to give you the story. There's something about you getting the full truth of things, seeing things for what they truly are. So you're not seeing things clear right now is what they're saying. Connecting with your ancestors. Now let's see what's under this. Show gratitude. So you guys need to connect with your ancestors and spend time in gratitude. What's crazy is a lot of these cards aren't like this. So the fact that you guys have a bunch of them that like have messages is like your ancestors are literally trying to speak with you guys. Spirit says no. Watch out for envy, ego, and deception. And then in a few months, they need you to be brave and don't be afraid, and then connect with your ancestors like this, and then show gratitude. And underneath that, we have shadow work. So that could also be your own, ego work that they're saying you need to do. So there's some shadow work, especially with the Five of Cups being at the bottom of the deck here. There's some work in the shadows that you need to do. The subconscious mind. There's some healing that you need to do. Oh my God. Look at this. We have Pop Smoke. Look at that. And it says cleanse your area. So you need to cleanse your space. You need to cleanse your aura. So you guys could be called to cleanse your home, your car. But this is giving more spiritually as well. You may be due for a spiritual cleanse. And I'm hearing for some reason, don't tell people what you're doing. So if you guys are going to go through like some sort of detox or spiritual cleanse, don't share that with anybody. I don't know what that's about. Maybe this is more spiritual for some of you guys, but just keep it. Don't share what you're doing. Don't share your steps. You know how Lil Wayne says, real G's move in silence like lasagna. Move silently. Do what you need to do. Okay? Same thing for Pop Smoke. Literally, jealous, envious people. That is crazy. We talked about Nipsey. We got Selena. We got Pop Smoke. Gun violence. Literally. Right here. Darkest hour. That's what this is about. It's talking about this is like a purge. This is like you guys needing to, it's weird. It's almost like someone trying to tap your shoulder and say, hey, you're not seeing this clearly. We need to talk to you. Connect with us. Connect with us now. Like connect with your ancestors, angels, so you can see the people around you clearly. Because this could be multiple people that they're saying it's time to let go of. And I'm not saying that anything bad is gonna happen to you guys. That's not what I'm like. I'm not predicting that. I'm not putting that out there. No, I said a prayer for you guys before this reading. It's just saying that you need to be mindful of people who are sending you negative energy. People who don't want to see you win. It could be your own partners. Like it could be your own friends. It could be your own baby daddy, your own baby mama. Like it could be people who are close to you who are low-key envious of your success or over the things you're accomplishing or have accomplished. So this is giving like be mindful of people, because you really don't know what's going through people's head. You don't know when people are cheering you on and smiling and laughing and hugging you, what they're really thinking to themselves, you know? And people switch up. So this is where your discernment needs to be strong. Option 1, your discernment needs to be strong. It needs to be strong because you need to know who's for you and who's not for you. You need to know how to move accordingly. Okay? And that is the message. And what's crazy is this is the Fool. Like, he's the Fool. Now, the interesting about the Fool, he can be very young at times. Like, he just does it. You know, he doesn't really think about it. He just decides to do it. And there's beauty in being the Fool and taking that leap of faith. But there's also a downside to being the Fool. Sometimes you're just simply a clown. Sometimes you're just simply a fool. You didn't see it. You didn't see it coming. You didn't know. And that is where things get tricky. So for you, your ancestors, spirit guides are saying, okay, you need to take that leap of faith into the unknown. You need to get out of this old energy and try something new. But at the same time, be mindful of the people around you. Don't be ignorant. Like, don't be naive to those who are around you. Like, you really spot, you don't have to call people out on everything. Just see it, you know, start paying attention, read the room, understand people, understand their pattern of how they interact with people, how they act and what they say to you, you know, because they're sharing with me, like, they're showing me this, where it's like, if you know that someone is constantly gossiping about other people, right, talking mess about other people, they're going to do the same thing to you. They're going to do the same thing to you. If you're with someone who cheated on their partner to be with you, you know they're going to cheat on you to be with someone else. It's the same, it's like, it's the same circle, you know? And like, if you know someone's with you for your status, your money, they'll do this next, they'll move on to the next person. It's like, if you know the pattern, if you know the history, if you know someone's a gold digger, you already know because you've seen their pattern, and you go and be with them. What makes you think that once you're not doing so well, they won't leave? I don't know what that's about, you know. Or if you have people around you and they have a pattern, you've seen them, you know, step on other people to get to the top, they're gonna step on you at some point. It just comes with the territory. They've already showed their colors. They've already showed that they're a snake. They move a certain way. Why are you shocked? Why are you shocked that someone's moving like true to them? You know, they may be fake and phony, but their pattern is not fake. Their pattern isn't fake. So that is what's interesting here, is they're saying that you guys need to cleanse your energy. You guys, this is giving spiritual cleanse, y'all. Like, y'all need to be up. I'm talking about strong spiritual cleanses. You guys need to be up on your spiritual cleanses. You guys need to be sitting in silence and in tune and meditating and praying, maybe even fasting for some of you, just to really tune in and understand. I'm hearing peep game on what this is and who this is. And this is why it's important that people don't like over consume alcohol and drugs, because your own GPS, like, and it's funny because we had GPS, he's talking about in his songs, lessons come with every loss. Without that GPS, I bet you're very lost. Yeah, that inner GPS that we have, our inner navigation, our gut, our intuition, our discernment, if you're clouded by drugs, alcohol, substance abuse, noise, other people's opinions, you're not going to be able to pick up on that strong. It's barely moving, you know. But when you're fasting, like, I have a hard time fasting, y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, I love food too much to be fasting like that, but don't listen to me. If you're constantly under the influence, constantly in noise, constantly just like consuming everything, you're off. You're not gonna be able to really tune in to see what it is you need to be doing, you know. So this is about you guys getting clear and centered, like really centered, to know which like direction you need to be going in, like to truly navigate, to see, to understand, because your spirits will tell you. You'll get it in a dream, you'll get it in a vision, you'll hear it. For a lot of you, your body can start to act up when you're around certain people. You might just get sick. But how would you know that if you're not sure if it's a hangover or if you're not sure it's a drug? So this is where they're saying you guys need to be mindful what you're putting in your body, because it's messing with your clarity. It's messing. And I just got this, y'all. I just got this in this is crazy. I think that this pick a card reading is somehow connected to a channeled message I got, that I received. So please check that out. It's, I'm trying to think of like what I may have it titled as, like I'm trying to remember the title of it. It was like Message from Your Bro or something like that. There was a spirit that was riding my ASS that wanted to speak, and I feel like this is connected in some sort of way. So if you feel called to go and watch that, go watch that. But yeah, this is that energy of you need to get clarity. You need to be crystal clear, and in order to do these things, they're giving you the steps that you need to take in order to be this crystal clear. You guys have angels and ancestors that are trying to help you, but they can only do so much. It's your free will. This is your life, and if you decide to live it kind of recklessly and, you know, foggy, then do that. But if you want more, if you want to be here longer, you know, and have good health, you're gonna take better care of your body, your mind, and spirit, you know. So they're saying people are draining you of your energy. Yep, people are and fast. Whoa, we got a Leah coming out at the bottom of the deck. I'm picking up the card Sweetheart with a Leah, and it says you deserve love. Wow. So it feels like this is like from a higher, I don't know why I want to say higher counterpart. That is weird. Higher counterpart. Unless some of you guys have someone who's deceased that you were in a connection with romantically, that's crazy. It could be the higher self of one of your soulmates coming through, but it says, sweetheart, you deserve love. This is also giving like motherly love. Like it feels like there's a feminine energy on the higher realms trying to help you. For some of you, like I said, this could be like a grandmother, auntie, mother. There's someone looking over you, watching over you. This feels like an angel, and they used to call her Angel, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's like an angel watching over you, and they're saying, look, just show gratitude to your angels and the ancestors, spirit guides. It's crazy. We have all these, like, these are passed on. Where's Pop Smoke? Where did I put Pop Smoke? And Nipsey. We just don't have a Nipsey card out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have angels that are watching over you I'm hearing it's like they've been in positions like you, maybe not specifically, but they're trying to help you. Okay? They're trying to help you, and they're trying to tell you like what's for you, what's not for you, and look, you need to see the situation differently. Really is a message. See things differently, you know? So silence would help you guys. You got to shift your perspective. That's such an interesting music, and now I know why they wanted me to do the reading separately, because it just feels like each one is going to have a different like feel, maybe even different cards. So yeah, that's the message. To see what's at the bottom. Meditation, find peace within. We have SZA coming out. You need to meditate. You need to connect. You got to tap in. Okay, this is how you're going to get clarity on this situation. This is how you're going to know what to do, who's who, what's what. That within you, your like that compass is going to share with you, okay, this is who I need to be spending time with, this is where I need to be going, and I need to stay away from this. Like, you're gonna hear it, you're gonna know it, you're gonna feel it. You're also gonna feel what's right for you. Same way you're gonna feel what's not right for you, you'll feel what's right for you. Okay, so let's see what else we need to know about these cards, and we're gonna move on. Yeah, it's like having too many options, too many distractions. Look at that. Like perfume bottles. Or alcohol, old alcohol bottles. Like, it's too much. Like, there's too much going on around you, and it's distractions they're saying you need to clear from. Like, steer clear from it is what I'm hearing. Steer clear from it. All right, let's see what's going on here. I'm gonna pull my other Egyptian deck. I love this deck so much. It's crazy. We had the Aaliyah card, and I am going to do an Aaliyah reading. That's what's crazy. I have that planned, and don't tell nobody. This between me and whoever chose this option. Aaliyah had a fascination with ancient Egypt, and so do I. I've always have since a little girl, probably because of my dad. He was fascinated with it. We used to watch documentaries like all day long about that, aliens. Like, we would be watching TV all day long about these things. Mob movies, mob documentaries, ancient Egypt, aliens, are they still here? All of this stuff. And so I've always had this strong call and pull towards that. There's something about nostalgic energy, because I keep like wanting to reminisce in this pal. There's something about reminiscing, sitting back and reminiscing. But anyways, when I found out Aaliyah used to collect like different ancient, like not ancient, but like, you know, Egyptian like things, it just kind of blew me away. I was like, I wonder if she remembers the past life being there. So I'm just saying, I'm gonna use these cards for her reading as well. So there's something here about past lives, nostalgia. You could have had a past life in Egypt. What is it? I'm blanking right now. Also here in Greek. And there's a, wow, you guys, a little bird just came to my, I have like, so my front porch, I'm looking at my front porch because I have the doors open, and I have bars on one window, and this little baby bird that looked like it was grayish blue came and sat on the bar by a window. And a piece of paper just randomly fell. Y'all, spirit is talking for you guys. Spirit is talking for you guys. You guys need to listen. May speak via animals, give you random signs. Let me give you guys random signs. Okay, explain the Six of Cups. What's this about? Because I've been talking way too long. Eight of Pentacles. Something you've already put in work for. Okay. Whoa, that flew. The Awakening. There he is. There he is. There's Thoth. There he is. Emerald tablets. Knew he would come out. I just felt he would come out. We have the Awakening. We look at the blue lotus flower here, which also will help you with your dream state and intuition, you know, psychic abilities if you want to go, if you want to tap in. Okay. But I am that I am. Children of the Light. The original Emerald tablets. Thoth the Atlantean, Thoth the Atlantean, the Emerald tablets, the book, but not the one by Billy Carson, the original one. So no shade to him, but the original book. Okay, yeah, it's like you already had something set, but the universe comes in, and look how the colorings match perfectly. I just want to show you guys this. Look at that. You see that yellow gold? Yeah, and then you have this dark blue. They both match. And it's like you're going to have some sort of awakening. You're having, like, and there's spirits in these waves. I didn't even realize that. If you look on the sides, there's spirits there, like ancestors, other beings. So, wow. And then we have the pyramid back here. Very interesting that we have this. So, yeah, going through a huge awakening. Huge. And that's what's going to make you walk away. It's the awakening that's going to make you walk away. It's like, oh my God, like I didn't realize, like you're coming to this epiphany, this sense of realization that you should be doing better. Or there's more to life than what you have or what you've been going through. Like, it's just this feeling of, it feels unsettling. Feels like maybe you've gotten bored, you've gotten complacent. You're not seeing any growth, like it's become stagnant in energy. And it's just because you decided to stay with something that felt familiar, something that felt comfortable. But it's like we grow. That's the point of being here on this planet, is that we're supposed to evolve, we're supposed to grow, you know, shed old skin and move on up, like keep moving onward and upward. Instead, it feels like you decided that you've already worked on this, so you're going to stay on it. So it's almost like a fixed energy, like, no, I've built this, I'm staying here with it. So you have these 3 kids here. And here he is, like a big kid himself, you know, he's trying to grow. He's trying to understand things. He's trying to protect himself. But it's interesting you have the 8 of Pentacles. It's like, I've already put in work here. I've put in work here. Like it's this person saying, but what about everything that I've already done? What about everything I've already accomplished? And the universe is saying, it doesn't take from what you've done. It doesn't take from the work you've put in. It doesn't take from what you've accomplished. You're just saying that there's more that you can experience here in life. There's more that you can I'm hearing develop yourself in. So they're saying this is about you deciding you deserve better. You want to be a better person. There are better things out there for you. This is about you taking the initiative. And I'm hearing once you do this, it'll inspire them, because they're looking at him for inspiration. So I don't know if this is like family, friends, but because they're showing me, like, there's this old post that used to go around all the time, and they're saying, it says something about don't give up, don't quit, because you never know who's looking up to you. And this is like that. Like you never know who's watching. You never know if it's someone younger than you, if it's a family member, if it's cousin. Like I mentioned my cousin in earlier in the beginning of this reading. I looked up to him. Does he know it? Nope. You know what I mean? Like he has no idea that he played that much of an effect on my childhood. So, and the things that I like. So that it's very interesting here that it's like you don't realize how your habits and the things that you're doing is affecting, you know, the people around you who do look up to you and who do have pure intentions towards you. They're saying it's time to do better and be better, a better person, a better individual. You deserve better. And it's okay if things aren't, I'm hearing traditional, it's okay if things don't look a certain way. You just have to know what's right for you. And that might mean you outgrowing certain people. There's something about that, outgrowing places, people, and things. But look at how this blue even matches the little dog, the spirit dog. I'm telling you, there's spirit guides that are trying to help you. You're stepping into an awakening. That's what it is. You're having an awakening. And because of this awakening, it's going to switch your path. Like your sense of direction. It's your GPS is turning, it's changing. So it's weird because they're showing me like the watch, and he talks about, he says my Rolly, he's talking about, I bet my Prezi talk. Well, it's like something's shifting, like it's turning, like the face is turning. When the world turns, so corny, but when the world turns, like something's turning for you. All right, so we're gonna get more information. Let's get a 1 card for the full card. What's up with that? Not y'all getting in-depth like reading. This feels very personal. Okay, what do we have? 6 of Wands. There she is. I'm hearing, there she goes again. I don't know why I'm hearing that. There she goes again. What is that? What is it? Racing through the brain, and I just can't contain this feeling that remains. Dun, 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 dun. You guys remember that song? I think it was like from the 90s, 2000s. There she goes again. There's something about that. I don't know. But something's coming out again. The reason why I said that is because earlier I mentioned the 6 of Wands. So this is my victory lap card. Bingo. So you're going to have some sort of victory, some sort of win. Look, you got a good balance of the light and the dark here. You got the moon and the sun, the masculine and the feminine energies. That's crazy. So it's like they're both going towards each other. You have the masculine, feminine energy, like they're both headed in the same direction. Sorry, y'all. People are calling me. It's Mother's Day, and they should know not to call me on Mother's Day. But anyways, yeah, so it's like the masculine, feminine energy is coming together. But what's interesting is, like, I feel called to mention this. As soon as this person called me, and I basically just blocked, like I just ended the call. I noticed that I had like running out of space. That might be a message as well. Like you're running out of space, like running out of storage, running out of like F's. I'm hearing running out of F's to give, like just running out of energy to give someone or something. So it's like you're just over something. It's like I'm done with it. I'm over it. It's old. What I'm hearing is it finish, like it's old, you know, capiche, like boom, out of my way, like get out of here. I don't know why I'm hearing it like that. Like, yeah, finito. What is it? Finito? I don't know. I'm hearing like, it's making me think of like Italian, but also Latin. Like there's different terms, like, just, you know, get out like that. We're done. Like, let's close this. I'm done with this. Let's just close this door here. You stop right here with that. You don't even have to explain. You don't have to finish. It's making me think of like an old mobster movie, where like the big guy is always the cool guy, right? It's always the elder, you know, the big mob boss that you listen to. He's calm. He's never, you know, frazzled. He's never worked up. If anything, he's disappointed, right? And it's like I'm getting a scene from a movie, and he's just like, you know, like, you're done. Like, you know, get your stuff, pack your stuff, you're done. And it's like someone's begging, like, no, it's not that, it's not that. It's like, no, you're done. You know, like, no, you meant that, go. And I'm seeing this specific actor. I briefly got Robert De Niro. Like, you know how Robert De Niro, he does his face, he's like, you know, he does it. He's my favorite actor. But he does this, And I'm getting where he's like, no, you meant it. You know, no, you did that. No. But I'm not really getting him. There's this other actor, and I can never remember his name. He's a big guy, And I'm trying to remember, is this a Martin Scorsese mob movie? You guys, I have a mob movie collection. I have a ton of them. My dad, I'm telling you, that was my dad and I's thing. What we used to do is watch mob like documentaries and movies. Anyways, there's a reason why I'm saying this. That's crazy. I feel y'all have the weirdest reading. It's like they want me to share personal things, and I don't really like doing all of that, but I'm going to share it. My mom's old childhood home, the one before they moved to California and they ended up living in Crenshaw and Slauson, they lived in like was it freaking Ohio, Toledo, Ohio. There was this home, and they were like, it's haunted. Now keep in mind, my mom, her family was like very religious, very Christian, right? My grandfather was a minister, but it was a haunted home, and my aunt was gifted similar to me, and she would see things, okay, in that home. And it turns out the home, I believe, may have been one of the homes of like Bugsy Siegel, or like some specific mobster, like someone who was popular back then. It was like one of their many homes. Like it was nothing significant because they had that much money and they had different places that they, you know, owned or rented. And she sweared up and down it was haunted. And my mom, when I asked her about it, she was like, yeah, apparently it was haunted. Like there were some things that had happened in this home. So I don't know what that's about, why that came through, but back to what I was saying. Like, so I don't remember which mob movie this is, but he was cutting cheese in jail with a razor, and it was just very, very precise, like slices. Like you could tell he was really in tune with it. Like it was a meditative experience. And I'm trying to think, because it was like all the big guys end up going to jail, and I'm trying to remember, who is this? Like what film this is? Why am I talking about this? Like what does this have to do? How did I get here? I'm trying to think, how did we even get here? But everything, I'm telling you, when I go on these like little rants, it always makes sense for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe one of you guys like mob movies out there, but there's something here with this movie, because I'm seeing him, and he was a mob boss, and he went down, and he was cooking in jail. He was literally cooking in prison, not jail, prison. And I'm trying to remember what movie this is. God, he had dark hair. He's a big, tall guy. He looks Italian. And I can't remember this actor's name. Oh, I hate this. And I'm trying to remember which mob is it Goodfellas? No, it's Goodfellas was one of my favorites. I don't think it's Goodfellas. Ooh, I feel really guilty about this one. I can't remember which one this is, but he was in jail cooking. I'll never forget him cutting that cheese with the razor. Like he was getting into it. He was in tune with it, okay? So I was wrong. I had to stop the video to go see what that was about. So it's Paul Sorvino. Rest in peace, Paul Sorvino, the actor. As well as rest in peace to Ray Liotta, from Goodfellas. That scene is from Goodfellas. So I don't know how I've been to love and light, y'all, that I haven't watched mob movies in, I would say, maybe a little less than a decade. I've tried to like stop watching them, but now I need to go back, because I'm actually very, very disappointed in myself that I didn't remember that is from Goodfellas, and it was garlic that he was cutting and not cheese. So I remember there's a scene where Ray Liotta's got all this stuff in a bag, and he's brought it to them because they're in prison. So it's Goodfellas, y'all. It's Goodfellas. Go watch Goodfellas. And what's crazy is Ray Liotta wanted to be in was it the Irishman, the last film they did on oh my god, I gotta go back. It's the one where they talked about Hoffa, and it has Joe Pesci, it has Al Pacino in it. It was a good one. Robert De Niro, they used CGI. It was a big deal. They used CGI to help like age them backwards, like make them look younger. Now that was a really great use of CGI. You guys know I'm a film like major, so my brain went there. So I'm very disappointed in myself that it didn't click to me that was Goodfellas. So, and like I said, that movie used to be my favorite movie. I watched it every time it would show up on cable. Like I had to see it. My mom was annoyed with me by it, but it was just because like I said, my dad had programmed me at a young age to watch all these films, and I just loved them so much. So that's coming through. Maybe The Irishman. I think it's called The Irishman because it's based on a real story. It's We Paint Houses. That's the book. I believe it's that. We Paint Houses. I think that's the book that it's like inspired by. the film is inspired by. But the other thing about that, what's interesting is, rest in peace, Paul Sorvino. He was actually a sculptor, a painter, and a poet, and an opera singer. I find that to be very interesting. So I feel like everything I'm saying to you guys, it's for some reason. So just stay with it, hear me out. And I don't know how we got here, but let's get back into the reading. And I never really share that much personal things. Like, it's so deep when I have like a reading. It's always like maybe one reading after so many like months where I get all personal with you guys and I share real things. I just never thought it would be this one. So, okay, new beginnings, victory. And what's crazy is, you think about it, in Goodfellas, he came out of that alive. He got out of that alive. So rare. So rare. Everybody else went down. He didn't. Like, we knew Joe Pesci was gonna go down. His mouth was too slick. And it's just like his temper was crazy. But this, it's interesting. He got out of it unscathed. I know what that's about. He got out of it unscathed. He got out of it unscathed. 5 of Cups, depression, grief, working through healing, working with healing from things in the past. Yeah, and we keep talking about a timeline. Remember, we had the Wheel of Fortune? Well, I talked about the Wheel of Fortune. We talked about the Rolly, my Prezi talk. We talked about the GPS, the wheel turning. Remember, I mentioned a medicine wheel. What's interesting is it's making me think of like Father Time. You know how Lil says, we all know Father Time, but no, we all know Father Time, but we all know Mother, or something like Mother Nature. Something like that. It's like Father Time and Mother Nature. Father Time, Mother Nature. And I also wrote down 1111 because when I was done like channeling messages for this reading, it was 1111. So something's turning. But this is talking about a timeline. It's talking about your youth all the way up until now, who you are. And you decide like how you want to live your life. Do you want to live it in confinement? I don't know, I'm hearing it. Whether that's a mental prison or settling somewhere where it feels like you're confined, like an old energy, you know, stuck, stagnant, but it's comfortable, right? It could just be your own mental confinement. I think Tupac has a quote on that where he's talking about like, you'll always be free because freedom is in the mind. Like it has something to do with your thinking, your thoughts. Like, you could be in a box, you could be in confinement, you could be in jail, you could be in prison, you could be locked in somewhere. But if you can be free in your mind, you know, that's true freedom. It's like your brain. It's all about your mind. There's something about that coming through. Okay, so let's get some more tarot cards because I know that was a lot. I just want to get you guys something else. Look, we have the Sun coming out. Yes, the 10 of Coins coming out and the Master of Cups. Perfect 3 cards, Messenger of Wands. More information coming your way. I'm hearing more knowledge coming your way. Taking fast action towards something that you want. Passion, goals, dreams. It's lighter days ahead. I'm hearing a lovely day. Lovely day. Is that bellwether? I'm trying to remember. A lovely day. We have the Sun out, which is success, is happiness, is joy. It's very masculine. So we came out of this darkness. We went heavy. We went into mob movies. Like, I didn't see that coming. Like, we went into we went dark. Like, we went from start to the youth into like what's currently happening to what could possibly potentially happen if you follow this new light, this path, into this. The Sun, success, joy, happiness, brighter days. And look, I'm telling you, the colors don't play, like the lineup. Now, with the Sun here, you have children. There could be a child, a boy. These are technically, yeah, there could be a boy. There's something about a child. I don't know if you guys have children, or maybe, you know, maybe some of you guys have a spirit baby that's watching over you, or baby that didn't make it. There's something about usually the Sun has a child on it. That's what I'm saying to you. And this makes me think of the Teletubbies. Remember that sun that used to smile? I used to hate the Teletubbies. I used to hate them. And I don't use the word hate. I hated them. That and the Wiggles. Anyways, I was just talking about how it was too light. Now I'm giving you guys a little bit of darkness. This Sun here, yeah, it's like you're going to have success. You're going to come out of this. But then we have the Ten of Coins, which is family. There is something within your family dynamics or setting that needs to change for the better. That's what I'm hearing. But then we have like this other, look at this other card where it's these two elephants in their baby cub. Their cub? Wow, I said baby cub. Interesting. I don't know what the baby elephant is called, but there's a baby elephant. We have the sun. So there could be fertility here. Maybe this is everything you're processing because maybe you're wanting to have children and you're trying to be better before you bring them in. Or they're telling you need to start working on this now because you're destined to have kids or you're destined to have a family. Before you meet whoever it is you're supposed to be with, you need to fix some things or address some things. Because it feels like this person be more in alignment with a higher purpose. Yeah, because you went through an awakening. This card is falling on top of your awakening. So you're going to have an awakening about your life, your legacy, your upbringing, and what it is you want to create. And you're deciding that you want something better. You want something awakened, something fulfilling. You see how that light, both is placing this light on his crown, on his crown and third eye chakra. And then they have these pinnacles, these pinnacles lined up along their head. So you're being like acknowledged, you're receiving some sort of enlightenment. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, for this to happen, I'm hearing this saving grace. It means that you have a higher purpose. You're supposed to be here. There's a higher power and ancestors that are trying to guide you. So this is still with family. And go once again, Coco, the movie. How do we get a reading where we have Coco and Goodfellas? Talk about light and dark. Coco and Goodfellas. The innocent like energy and the like you learn from your lessons energy, because that's what he did in the Goodfellas. You live and learn. You kind of have to lay in the bed of the decisions you make, you know? And this is quite interesting that we have this. I think if the two movies had one thing in common, it would be like family, right? And community and legacy. And then the second part would be deception. Deception. How your own friends will turn on you. It be your own people. If you've seen Coco, if you've seen Goodfellas, I will never forget that scene where, is it Jimmy? Jimmy walks up on his wife and he's like, yeah, go down there. We got some clothes. Go in there. Go in there. And she's like, in there? Yeah, keep going. And he just watches. And it clicks to her, something's off. Something's off. She said, no, Jimmy, I think his name was Jimmy. So, and the same thing in the movie Coco. That was his homie. I'm trying not to give it away, but that was his friend. Yeah. Some people really aren't your people, and some people are. You have to have strong discernment to know who's who, though. Ten of Coins, this is wealth. This is prosperity. This is home. This is family. This is having everything you could ever imagine and want. This is you being able to have enough to take care of your parents, your parents' parents, dogs, cats. You know, it's having more than enough. Then we have the Mastery of Cups coming out here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. She's got her cowrie shells. This represents prosperity and abundance, but it also represents protection. Cowrie shells or along her neck for protection. Whoa! And as I said that, one of my shaman cards fell. What is it? Changes. Look at the spiral. See, I can't make that up. I love when weird stuff like that happens. Like, yeah, changes. You're going through changes. Changes. Tupac. Changes. Yeah. The spiral is like things you're going within instead of spiraling out of control. You're going within. You're shifting. You're changing energetically. This shift isn't like, oh, I went to the gym and I started lifting weights or I started losing weight. It's not that. It's this inside change. This is like if your spirit went on a diet, like if your spirit was doing the work, like that your spirit is shifting. And you know what happens when you start to change on the inside? You start seeing things different. Your frequency raises. You're not aligning with the same people, places, and things anymore. You may even look different. And it's not because you tried so hard to look different. It's that your spirit, your frequency shifts. And so you start naturally shifting and moving differently. And the things that were once orbiting around you, they can sense it. They're thrown off by it. You know, they can get angry by it. Like, you're changed, or you're different, you're acting different. Like, I'm living to stay the same? Really? I'm supposed to change. You know, I think Drake said something like that in a song. But it's like, yeah, I'm supposed to change. So this is very interesting. And we have the octopus here. And this Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And it's funny, my nail is the octopus. That's kind of interesting. And tentacles. So like something's grabbing at your attention. Something's going to grab at your attention. You're going to change. You're changing. You're moving forward. It's like this is a level up. I mean, the two cards you and one next to each other. Boom. This is nothing to play with. Like, this is golden. This is golden. And it looks like it connects you with the newer energy. This is either you guys stepping more into like an emotionally mature state, or meeting someone who is emotionally mature who's going to help assist at some point. Okay? But this is a level up. This is a huge level up. Some of you could be connected to marine beings. That's not for everybody. But when I see this card and the spiral, it's making me think of that a little bit. But yeah, I don't know what more to say to you guys. This one's deep. I want to get another message. I want to see what, and I'm going to wrap this up because this one's way too long. Way too long. But I just feel like we need a couple more messages. I want to see what this awakening energy has to do. But I'm also feeling called to use these cards. This is me and my personal readings. I'm like, okay, you guys, that's what I have. That's what I have for you, hun. And then I keep going. Let's see what's going on. They're telling me to use the ancestor cards. So what's up? Your instincts. They're wanting to strengthen your instincts. What is this? Royalty. Literally. Kendrick Lamar. I got royalty and loyalty inside my DNA. Okay, I don't know what I'm hearing. Perfect fitting for the daveeast inspired pick a card reading, but I'm hearing welcome to my block with daveeast and Mr. Green. Okay, so royalty, authority, business, rule, respected, inheritance, bloodline. Like I said, this has to do, look at the bottom. This has to do with your ancestors. This has to do with your family. This is who's connecting with you. Literally. This is who's connecting with you. It's your family. It's your bloodline. It's the spirits who are close to you. Especially with the cowrie shells trying to come up in your reading. Like, there's some strong ancestral energy here. Yeah. It says, we are proud of you. Summit by your call. Give specific offerings. So they could want offerings. Remember earlier I said there could be like a feminine, like an older feminine figure watching over you? Bloodline ancestors. Now we have royalty. Authority, business, rules. So they could be saying it's time to start your own business. Whatever it is you're going to do in this lifetime, especially with the elephants, because they represent legacy and ancestry and knowledge and giving wisdom, you're supposed to be passing it down to future generations. What's interesting is it brings me back to this energy with these kids looking on, you know? So you're being watched. Like, you're being watched on many levels. The higher realms, like there's a lot of eyes on you. The higher realms, the 5D, then the 3D, you have people watching you. Maybe even youth, there are people watching you, whether you know that or not. You could be like thinking you're nobody. You could literally be at home feeling like you're nobody and no one is thinking about you. You'd be shocked. So yeah, this has to do with your inheritance, bloodline, leadership. It's like they giving you something, like a gift, a skill, or talent that you're supposed to be working with to leave a legacy. But they're saying that you're out of alignment. So they're wanting to shift your alignment to a higher frequency so that you can bring these things to existence. There's more to you is what I'm hearing. So yeah, it's like a new energy coming through. You guys could be I don't know. This is giving like children. Like some of you guys could be having more children. If you already have children, if you don't have children, then you're going to be having children. Or maybe even adopting, or maybe being like an aunt or uncle. Like you're going to pass down something. There's going to be a future generation from your bloodline, and that's what you need to know, and that's what you need to be focused on. That's what they're saying. Well respected. Remember I kept talking about the big boss is quiet, is calm, is cool, is not moving funny, and that is kind of the energy that we have here. Yeah, okay, let's wrap it up. Whoa, when I said that, look, mischief, that is not all is what it seems. This mask warns against behaviors or addictions that may seem fun, but are mischievous or detrimental to your mental, spiritual, or physical health. Additionally, this card warns you of an enemy hidden in plain sight. We talked about the substances. We talked about enemies. Ancestors. They're connecting. They're trying to talk to you to tell you, hey, we're going to show you who this is. We're going to show you what this is. It's your own habits, but there's also some people around you. It says ancestors. In honoring your ancestors, you honor yourself. Take time to show them proper reverence and honor. Additionally, this card represents going back to your roots. So you guys may actually feel called to go back to your roots. Maybe some of you guys might take a trip back to wherever your ancestors were, or just connecting with them, lighting candles for them, feeding them, you know? Give them the substances, you know, like give them the alcohol, you know, give them the cigarette or the tobacco or whatever it is they want, the food. Don't you do it. But they're already out of the physical body. Give it to them. You need to back off from it if you want longevity here. So this is what they're saying, that you need to, there's some stuff you need to let go of. The ancestors not playing with you. They're saying you're royalty. They've crowned you. They've crowned you, but you need to act like that. You're not acting as such. So that is a message for you guys. Very interesting. Whoa there. It's love of self. That's what's lacking. You guys need to love thyself. Love thyself. Well, let's see what this awakening card is about. And then we're going to wrap it up. For real. Because I'm tired. No. Because I've been talking a long time with you guys. Okay, let's see. Where is this card? This is such a cute deck. It's an amazing deck, you guys. This is one of my favorites. At least the devil didn't come out for you guys. Because I thought that was going to come out at one point. Hold on. The awakening. There it is. So let's talk about it. It says, hold on. It says this card depicts Thoth, the god of science, magic, and writing, bestowing divine knowledge upon a human consciousness. This scene captures the profound moment of awakening when a consciousness receives sacred wisdom, transcending the sufferings and miseries of existence to attain wholeness and enlightenment. The awakening. That's amazing. So the age of Aquarius is what this is representing. She says, note, I've named this card the awakening to reflect the significant spiritual awakening humanity is undergoing at the inception of this deck, as we transition into age of Aquarius, the awakening. So the number 44 could be important, but it says higher perspective, evolution, ascension, spiritual awakening, liberation. And the energy is fire, which makes sense because we had the Ace of Wands earlier, which represented a new beginning. So the awakening is urging a person to leave behind old beliefs or old ways that no longer serve them. It calls for self-evaluation and understanding, prompting the current to ascend to a higher level of consciousness and embrace their true purpose. It suggests a profound spiritual awakening where one is more aligned with their higher self in the universe. Reaching the awakening stage, you transcend time. My Prezi talk. You transcend time and space, gaining insight from a divine perspective, viewing events with spiritual depth as preconceptions fall away. You trust the divine plan, wholly embracing your multi-dimensional essence. Time is no longer in existence. So these are the changes. You're going through spiritual changes. You're going through spiritual changes, and that's what they're saying to you. Okay. And this looks like he's jumping timelines. He's about to jump into a whole nother version of himself. It's making sense. Everything made sense in this. Like, look at how the stars is giving like a Milky Way of energy. Like, he is jumping into the cosmos. He's realigning. 3 cards that look similar. It's very interesting. But basically, I'm on my second win. I done flexed before, then watch me flex again. Ooh, wait, what doesn't he say? They were, hold on, if they were mad before, I bet they'd be upset again. Stepping in. Remember I was young. Thought I'd never win. I think that's what he said. Wow. So yeah, haters. Well, when I was young, you thought I'd never win. Hold on. Well, now you're winning. Like, this is like maybe once before you thought it wasn't happening, but you about to win. If you thought you won before, you haven't seen this win. But that's the point of a second win. And before that, he says, God is still on my side, really got me feeling blessed. Yeah. Listen to Nipsey Hussle's blessings. There's something here. Oh, he also has a song called Miracles. Nipsey does. That's interesting. So blessings, miracles. Whoa. Hood love. Look at that. Hood love. It says community. Yeah. It's like the community is about to shift. It's about to change. Look how he's holding this in his hands like this. I don't even know what this is. It's like some sort of weird, it makes me think of like the cosmos or like something orbiting. But hood love, like his frequency is shifting. He's changing, like shifting gears. I'm hearing Tyga when I switch lanes. Yeah, it's like this is a shift of timelines, jumping timelines. And the community is going to feel it, is what I'm hearing. Your community is going to feel this. It's going to either make them level up in frequency, or some people just going to get lost in the sauce. They're just gonna drop, you know. And other people are gonna be like navigating their way towards you because they're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel your frequency. So yeah, you guys are. It is what it is. You're changing. And then we have 𝙏𝙄𝙈𝙀 sexuality. So yeah, that could be here too. I don't know how that plays into this, but okay, that could be here too. So maybe feeling more confident in your sexuality, who you are. There's something about that. But we have dolphins in the background, which are very playful, and they also are connected to like Atlantis, Lemuria, ancient civilizations. Yeah, you guys could be into documentaries, because even those are documentaries that I've seen even as a child. So there is something about your youth, nostalgia, and your growth in this lifetime, and your ancestors. Okay, they're talking about, and even different past lives. There's so much to unpack here, you guys. There's so much here. You guys are like, maybe a lot of people chose option 1 because this is a lot and I'm tired. Like this is, you guys have a lot to talk about. Like it's kind of cray-cray. I need to use a deck that I promised I would use earlier. So then we're going to wrap it up for real. One card. Thank you. Here it is. Boom. There's that passed on loved one that we keep talking about. With the white feather, letting you know that you are protected and safe. With the Merkaba here, the eye, the moon, and the sun, you are not alone. Here's your guardian angel letting you know that you're not alone. They're watching over you, helping you, and protecting you. You guys have several guardian angels. And then you have air guardian, shift your perception. And we had that, like you need to see things differently. Air guardian. So this is about messaging, messengers. Even the feather is an air element. So we have messages coming through. Your guides, ancestors, spirit guides, angels, all trying to communicate with you. Everybody's trying to like get your attention from the higher realms, and you're like doing your own thing. They're like, are they just gonna act like they don't hear us? Like we're knocking, we're yelling, you know. I don't know why I just got a vision of Spike Lee. Do the right thing. It's like they're showing me the part from Do the Right Thing where yeah, it's like things went to hell. Like people were throwing things. It was a chaotic scene, and I'm getting like all this chaos, and then someone's just like, hey, like just like stop, like just stop. And that's what they're trying. It's like you have all this noise around you, and then it's like your angels, spirit guides are like, just like they're trying to throw something at you to get you to pay attention. So they may be throwing signs and synchronicities all day long at you, and you're like this. And you need, it's like, pay attention. They're trying to get your attention. Are you paying attention? So you need to shift your perception. You need to know that they're trying to speak to you, that you aren't alone, but they're trying to get your attention. Hello. They're calling out for you, okay? They're like, listen up here. One card, you have time at the bottom. How ironic. Masculine, feminine energy, again, time. There's something about time, like it's time. It's time. Eternal. That's the song that I'm going to talk about towards the end. That's interesting. Eternal by daveeast. That's coming through. Relief, yeah. It's like you need relief. You need to drop some of this. Like there's some stuff that you just need to let go. That's a 12, breaks down to a 3, which talks about community, working together, building. Yeah, it's something that you need to release. You need relief from something. Maybe that's where the substances come in, but they're like, you need to let that go and find a healthier way to relieve stress, relieve yourself from the things you've been carrying. At the bottom, you have full moon. So during the next full moon or new moon cycle, I believe we have a Scorpio full moon. Hold up. It could be today. I think the Scorpio full moon could be today, actually. Y'all might want to look that up. It could be yeah. Y'all need to be connecting with your ancestors like now. Like now. Right away. ASAP. Go light a candle. You know, go put some food at an altar. Go call them in. Leave a drink or, you know, some food, coffee, something for them. Call them in and ask them for help. Go sit in meditation. At least for 5 minutes. You know, just be in silence. Tell everybody to be quiet and go sit down, you know? So that's what we have. Like, you guys had too much. And keep in mind, you guys had a lot of distractions. My phone, like someone called me. I had to like tune out to go get the movie to see what the movie was that I was channeling. I even had an alert saying that I needed new storage. Like, you guys had all this going on. And they need you to calm that down so that you can hear them. Okay? So that's what I have for you. Option 1, if you like this reading, and I'm sorry that we went on so many different paths, and I even share it. I'm going to watch this back and be like, why did I share all the personal stuff with him? That's very interesting. But it needed to come out. For some reason, it may resonate with some people. Like, let me know how it resonates. How does this reading resonate with you? Let me make sure I gave you all the notes and messages, from this reading. Yep, I did. But at the end of the song, he says, feeling good, breathing right, eating right. You guys, this is about a level up, a growth for you. Okay? And 1111, usually when that number comes up, it talks about like making a wish. Okay? So, now I'm hearing Chris Brown 1111, literally. So just tap in. Tap in, tune in. Comment down below. Let me know how it resonates. If you like a personal reading, email me at MysticalMermaidLight@gmail.com. And we can get that situated. When you guys leave an email, please leave your name and what type of reading you want. And keep in mind that all readings are pre-recorded, okay? All right, I'm sending you guys love. Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so option 2, this is your reading. Okay, let's get started. Your song is I Need a Sign. Now, this is my favorite. Need a Sign is my favorite daveeast song, I would say. Like, I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's my favorite song. It's my favorite. Nah, I'm gonna keep that as my favorite. That one's my favorite. All right, so you guys have 2 songs. I was actually quite shocked when I was like, okay, wait, which one should it be? I'm just gonna mention you guys have Broke or Not. I think it's by daveeast, but I think it's featuring Josie or Jazzy. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I like that one. Let's see. You guys may have some sort of connection with cologne or perfume. There's something about smelling senses, or maybe randomly smelling a perfume. What's crazy is like, I had threw on, like, just randomly, I threw on this jersey, and I was gonna wear some different pants, but I just kept my lounging pants on because I was like, let me just do this reading real quick and then I'll do everything else and get ready. But I had a whole moment where I changed pants, like put on my perfume. And the perfume that I randomly chose was, it's one called Realities. I need to do more research on it. It was an old perfume that my mom had. And I like, you know, kind of messing with her perfumes because it made me think of her. And for some reason, I felt called to, like, just fix myself up before I do other things for the rest of the day. But I was going to just do these readings. So there's something about, like, getting prepared, getting ready, but I kept getting perfumes. Something about perfumes, a scent, a specific scent. That could be a sign for you guys that you guys might get a specific scent. Now, the last reading, I was ending their like the channeling when I was writing like the messages for them at 11:11, and then I had picked up on you guys's at 11:11. So I ended theirs at 11:11 and started yours at 11:11. So I'm just gonna give you those numbers, but I also heard numero uno, interesting, number one, Roman numeral I, so 1. So there's something about being number 1, as well as 111. Maybe someone's born on the 1st of the month, or the first, something being the first. Okay, or being the first. All right, let's see what happens here, what you guys need to know. Plus, I just wanted to shake up the energy because the first option was extremely long and I just wanted new vibes. And I'm fasting while I'm doing these readings, so you guys, please, I'm horrible at fasting. I'm trying to hang in here right now. So if you guys hear my stomach growl, please don't judge because I'm ready to eat. Let's see what's going on. Option 2. What do they need to know? Holy Spirit, 1 card. 2? You guys want to give me 2? Okay. King of Swords, Death. Well, this is nice. King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Death, Scorpio. Very interesting cards we have here, you guys. This is giving Spartacus. Okay, Sparta. This is very interesting. I want to show you well, can I show you her? I can show you a little bit of her. YouTube has strict rules. Okay. I'm hearing ordering and ending. I'm gonna say it like that. Ordering and ending. Ordering and ending. The rise and fall. I like the rise and fall. Well, I'm hearing like a movie, the rise and fall of so-and-so, or the rise and fall of a city, or a rise and fall. So it's like a story, a legacy, a story. What is this? It's interesting because one of the notes that I have written down here is it's interesting. From the song, it says, I'm used to the jungle. I've been a lion, walk in the booth, kill everything, even my pen is dying. And it's interesting, he has lions on his legs, like they're part of his I guess jewelry or decor or whatever. So there's something about lions. Lions. All right, let's see what else is going on here. So we got a transformation, but what's interesting is we have the spirit that's outside of this the tomb. And that is a king's tomb. That's a pharaoh's tomb. That doesn't look like a queen's tomb. So there's a spirit that's hovering around a tomb. Very interesting. Spirit that's hovering. Some people could be connected to I'm hearing Series A, Series B. Some of you guys could have someone around you that's a medium. This is crazy. You guys are getting so many cards at one time, and I keep telling them one at a time, but we have the King of Coins, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Another king coming out here. I'm hearing stay out of drama. That's what I'm hearing. 5 of Cups, depression, sadness. Missing someone. I'm hearing missing you. That's what I'm hearing. Waiting for the day when you ran away. Every time you think everything gonna be missing you. Faith Evans. That was about Biggie. That's about Biggie. The Emperor. Missing someone. The Emperor. Interesting. Now, the Emperor embodies all the kings. We have the King of Swords, the King of Coins here. So we have our earth and air element king out here, but then there's the Emperor who trumps all the kings. Very interesting, because they're showing me like how this king is like, I've traveled to you. So it's like a traveling, a coming together to honor someone. Maybe honor a passing of someone. This could be a passed on person saying that they knew that everyone came together to honor them. That could be a message for someone out there, but this could also represent different people coming together to celebrate someone's legacy. missing you. That's what this is. Waiting for the day. Yeah. What's crazy is that is all I'm getting from this one specific message. So I'm gonna move all these cards. We're gonna do it again because I'm not getting anything else, but this is like a temperance, the angel. Yeah, it's like a remembrance, like people coming together to remember someone who's now like moved on to a higher realm. They're saying that they knew you were, they know you're there, they knew you were there. There's something about that. I don't know if that's okay. Okay. Clearing that. Let's get some new energy, Holy Spirit. One card at a time, please. Just one. Because y'all be wanting to give me the whole deck. One at a time, please. Holy Spirit, one card. Thank you. 2 of Cups. There you go. Dang, can't show you this one completely either. 2 of Cups. Look at the stars shooting in the sky. Star-crossed lovers. Partnership, romance. Connection, partner, spouse. That's what this is right here. 2 of Cups. It's like a celebration. Yeah. Okay, a celebration. Past life. Reincarnated. I'm hearing kindred, reincarnated. You're gonna feel like you can meet someone and you can feel like this person is from a past life. Yeah, community. 3 of Cups coming through. 2 of Cups to the 3 of Cups. Progress, moving forward. Look at that. Very interesting. We have this huge white like buffalo or cow, and it has gold. It's making me think of the white, what is it, white buffalo woman spirit. I think she's supposed to represent like miracles or something like that. She's nothing to play with. There's a story about her. I can't remember it. Something about community. Oh, look at that. Is that a lion? Strength card. Being strong. Fierce. Well. Okay. And we talked about the lion earlier. I don't know how any of this has to do with your... Oh, I did write down love here. Love, birds chirping, and that is giving this card. But it had nothing to do with the song. And that's what I thought was interesting. So maybe I should just read your songs. You guys have You Broke by YG and Nipsey. That came through. And then I also, the other song that I got from Dave is Broke or Not. Remember I mentioned that. And then what else? I gave you guys the numbers. I don't know why they keep... Oh, I wrote down Aladdin had me wishing on genies. And you remember I said 11, 11, and 1. So it's crazy that you have this and think about Aladdin. Like that love story. This kind of looks like it could be a scene from that. Oops, oops, oops. You know? Could be a scene from that. So... Why did I just hear Habibi? Is someone like Middle Eastern? Is someone speak Arabic? Habibi. Habibi. Or Egyptian? Someone could be Egyptian. Because they're showing me like, my cousin used to be married to an Egyptian woman. And I'm seeing food that's like from the Middle East. Like, Middle East. Whoa. Okay. I'm seeing Mediterranean food too. Like, I'm just seeing everything. I'm seeing everything right now. Like, I'm seeing baklava. I'm seeing grape, like stuffed grape leaves. Like, there's something going on here. What is this? Are they cooking here? They're either cooking or making like some sort of clay. There's something here. I don't know what that's about, but something's brewing. Something's cooking. It's just getting started. Look at how this light is shining in the middle of this like circle they created, and it's connecting to the constellations. Do you see that? Very interesting. Okay. It's like some sort of miracle, and there's rams like or bulls all lined up around. Something's aligning cosmically. You know when they say when the like how the pyramids were damn, excuse my French. This wants to fly out, and the Empress. Whoa, it's like when the pyramids are the pyramids are aligned to the constellations. Astrology is here, maybe even astronomy. Someone could be into stars, the planets. We have the Nine of Wands, which represents resilience and strength. The legacy, the foundation. Once again, there's that tomb, the Pharaoh's tomb. And pharaohs were often buried with different like little treasures and trinkets and whatnot for their protection in the afterlife. So the Book of the Dead, which I have, and it's making me want to open it. This is interesting. What's at the bottom? We have the Empress here, the mother, the wife, the creator, Hathor energy. This is very powerful. Earlier we had the Emperor. We had all these different kings like coming. It's making me think of like a celebration of a party, an honoring of a legacy, honoring of someone who has passed away. And then it's representing all the newer generations that are stemming from this person. So I don't know why I'm hearing this. It could even be like a grandfather figure. Like it's something about the storyline, like people who have stemmed from this individual, even their friends, people who've been inspired by this individual. So even if this person was like younger, they still had like a very mature spirit that was almost like they could just pour wisdom into people. I don't know what this is about though. Like it's a very odd feeling. This feels like a union with someone as well. A separate message. This feels like a union coming together after a period of being alone, a frustration possibly even in life, with just needing to be strong and resilient, kind of alone, having to do things on your own. I'm hearing, I'm so lonely. There was a rap song where they use that. I have no body. I'm so alone, or something like that. And I don't know why I'm also hearing Jay-Z. I gotta let the song cry, or something like that. Like I had to let the song cry. I'm hearing that, but I'm also hearing it's a heart not life. Jay-Z. So there's something about, I don't know what that's about. Something about, I don't know what that's about. I just like give up right now. That's very interesting what's coming through. So lonely days are over. I'm hearing my dog days are over by Florence and the Machine. Dog days are over. Lonely days are over. Someone has entered the building. It's like when someone's exit, there's someone's enter. Very interesting. So when someone exits, someone enters. So this could be kind of symbolic that, I don't want to say that, but it's like with the passing of someone, there's a birth of something new with the Empress. Look, the High Priest is underneath this. Yeah, a strong divine feminine, one who's definitely in power, like a boss. Someone who has maybe even some spiritual abilities or gifts, maybe even yeah, some sort of talent, some sort of strong talent, gift, ability. They could even be strongly just connected spiritually as well. But this is someone who's in their power coming through, and they represent fertility and prosperity and abundance and new energy. But what's interesting about this energy is like it's almost like this person's your portal. So whether if you're the feminine watching this, you're attracting a masculine that you're going to partner up with, and it's weird. It's almost like you guys are going to work together. Feels like you're their connection to the higher realm. It's weird. And vice versa, if you're a masculine, it's like you're going to be connecting with someone who's strongly spiritual or connected in some way, and they're going to be your portal. There's something about being your portal. You guys are each other's like gateway or like paths. That's interesting. Like you guys are supposed to be somehow helping each other within a community. So this could be like a business that starts off, a friendship, a business, and possibly romantic, because this feels like it could be romantic. But sometimes this pregnant belly doesn't always mean like a pregnancy of a child. It could be a project. So meeting someone that has a lot of ideas, or it has a lot of resources, whether it's spiritually, physically, there's some sort of connection this person has. And it's like bow when you see a goddess. Now back to this like lion cheetah print. We keep having that coming through. He's wearing something like that. She has it on her little chair. The Empress represents the divine feminine, the subconscious mind as well sometimes, but this represents fertile grounds, you know, being able to see the abundance in all things, knowing that you have more than enough. It's that energy. she also represents authority. You know, she's very confident. She's very comfortable. I'm hearing 𝐂𝐬𝐬 by Beyonce. She doesn't get off of her chair. She doesn't have to chase anything or search for anything. She's confident and she's calm, and she knows that she attracts. She doesn't chase. She knows that everything will be brought to her because she's the empress. She's not a queen. She's an empress. And the queen doesn't even get off her throne. This empress is like, I'm just laying down here. She has a pregnant belly. She's protecting her child. And back then, in these time frames, a woman of power was highly protected. So the empress was highly protected. The queen, highly protected. But you don't want to know who else was highly protected? The high priestess. Whoever the high priestess was highly protected. The high priest, the high priestess, all protected, all protected. So it's like the royal court. That's what I'm getting here, the royal court, because we had several kings. We had the emperor, we have the empress, we have the high priest. Community, tribe, family. This could talk about different people within a social group, like if your family, your community, whether blood or not, you know? And it's very interesting. And in fact, I made a mistake. This is a high priest, you guys. This isn't even the high priestess. I don't know why I said the high priestess. This is the high priest. So, whoa, a good balance of masculine and feminine energies here, but the high priest is giving off magician vibes. This is someone who has all the tools, all the resources, knows that it can manifest anything that they need, everything that they desire. Is an alchemist, someone who could easily alchemize things, bring things to life, manifest things to their willing. So it's like two powerhouses come together and meet each other, and they kind of join forces and bring something to life. So this could very well be your spirit guides letting you know that if you align to a higher frequency, you're going to be bringing in some people or creating your own court. That's kind of interesting. I'm hearing what's it, tennis court, something court by Lorde. We're on each other's team. I'm also hearing that, but she had another song. I don't know why I'm getting that, but okay. Yeah, it's like, it's weird. It's almost like a passed on person is bringing forces together. Like, it's giving the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's giving Justice League. Like, let's bring all these powerhouses together to connect. Everyone has some sort of talent, skill, ability, trait. Let's bring these kings and queens together. It's like giving a really good remix. You ever got, I don't know why I'm feeling called to say it that way, but it's like a really good remix where the song is amazing, and then someone decides to add on this person, it's featuring this person, it's featuring this person. You can't wait for each person's verse. That is what this is giving. The royal court. Like, everyone who's been brought to this table has a purpose, has a reason. Like, I'm hearing there's no play. I don't even talk like that. No play. There's no games here. Like, each person knows what they're doing. This is crazy. It kind of makes me think of like Beyonce. You know how, like, I don't know if you guys watch Beyonce documentaries, like before she like performs, and how she's like she's a Virgo, so she's very precise about, like, you know, she's a perfectionist of how the show is going to go, and everyone needs to be on their ish. If you're not, who knows? But if you're not, okay? And she's going to get you together. But everyone needs to be good at what they do. And that is what this is. It's like, okay, so-and-so is in lighting. They need to be good. And I just sprayed when I said that. So-and-so's in clothing. They need to be the best at altering clothes and coming up with designs. So-and-so's the best at choreography. They need to be the best choreographer. Like, everyone needs to be, like, top-notch at what they do. And this is like building a team. Like, I'm building a team. But what's interesting here is, like, there's a very specific message about you building a partnership with someone. And it feels like it could be romantic. Like, that Two of Cups is giving romance. So this is someone that, like, a power couple. But everyone has to be on their A game. Everyone has to be on point. I'm hearing Nipsey where he says, I gotta dot my I's and cross my T's or I can't sleep well. And he's a Leo. And it's very interesting because I wonder about Nipsey's birth chart, because he feels like he has some Virgo in there, because he seemed to be very, like, how do I say it? He's very precise, very, like, diligent, focused, and on what he wants or wanted, and he would get it. it gives Virgo, like Kobe Bryant, Virgo, like they're very strategic, but they get fixated on what it is they want to get it. And so I wonder if Nipsey has Virgo in his chart. I could be wrong, but I know he's a Leo. So that energy is coming through. But yeah, it's giving like having the right team. Having the right team, the right group of people. Aligning with the right tribe, soul tribe. And for some of you, this might happen after a passing of someone. This could even represent that it is the person who passed away who's bringing like these new energies in. They're showing me something that's going to sound very corny. And it's making me think like a superhero movie where someone, you know, someone passes away, someone struggles, and all of a sudden you see all these other superheroes come out of nowhere to help. You know, you think all is lost in the world, but here comes all these other superheroes coming to assist. That's just the kind of vibe that I'm getting right now. So it's like, I don't know, I'm hearing superhuman superheroes. Like there are people coming into your life that are going to play very big roles, very powerful beings. And they're all good at their own thing. And I'm telling you, it's giving X-Men. It's giving Justice League. It's giving Guardians of the Galaxy. It's even giving Avatar with the different tribes of people. Because when we talk about kings, they have their own, you know, kingdom, their own queendom. And it's making me think of like Avatar when they were trying to destroy the land. And it's like, I know we got other avatars from other islands or other territories coming together. So different territories like coming together, you know? And usually they're at war, but when there's a bigger threat, they come together, right? So it's very interesting that we have this here because it feels like two kingdoms or multiple kingdoms or queendoms coming together to join forces. So joining forces with joining forces with other powerhouses. That's what I would call you guys' reading. Even though the song is I Need a Sign, which is crazy because I feel like this reading has like almost nothing to do with that, but maybe it does with the shooting star needing to sign. It feels like you're going to be joining forces with some powerful people. And I'm hearing it ain't over yet. Like it ain't over. So joining forces, maybe even creating a space where people can join forces. Somehow being the connection there, which is ironically what Nipsey was doing. You know, he was trying to set up, was it the Vector 90? I can't remember, but he was trying to set up a space, a workspace where people could come and create and start, you know, their business and all of that. He was trying to help the youth as well. So it's making me think of like the branch out of the marathon, like brand, you know? So it's like everyone in the team has a job and they're good at what they do. And for some reason it's giving that, like, this is the team. Welcome to the team. This could even represent that you guys need to build a better team. You know, it's like you play, I don't want to say like basketball or football. There, you know what certain players, you know, strengths are and weaknesses are. You know, what they're good at doing, what they're not good at doing. What they do it, you know, they know their part. Someone else has another part. And they all play together. It's a team. And I'm hearing it's like no I in team, but ironically you got numeral, you have I for number 1. So it's very interesting, and we got being the first, being number 1. But what's interesting is even though you play in a team, let's be real, if we think about Kobe being like the best, yeah, he played in a team, right? I'm sure he inspired the people that he played with. But at the same time, he was the freaking best. Like, and I know it sucks, but if you think about it, like every team has that one player. Or maybe even 2 on a good day, right? They have that one player where you know if they playing, there's hope. You know? They're not out of luck. So it's weird because it's like the feel that I'm getting is like, imagine if it was Kobe, LeBron. I'm just gonna throw random players out there. Not on the same timeline, obviously. Imagine you had one team, right? It's a celebrity basketball game. Celebrity basketball game, and here are your players. You have Kobe Bryant, you got LeBron, you have Allen Iverson, you have Magic Johnson, and you have Michael Jordan. And let's add in Carmelo. Now, I don't know too much about basketball, so that could be totally off, but imagine that's your team. different people joining forces, like powerhouses joining forces. Oh, and add in Steph Curry. That's one team. I don't know what this is about, but it's like powerhouses joining your team. Powerhouses joining your team. And then for some of you, it's also like you joining forces with someone romantically who's also powerful. So you guys could build together. It's like building with the community, building with the team. So y'all, this could be the sign that teamwork makes the dream work. If you want to go far, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, maybe bring some people with you. I think that's the way that term goes. There's something like that coming through. The birds are chirping like crazy today. It feels like a freaking like fairy tale. All right, let's see what else you guys need to know. I feel like they're getting closer and closer to the birds, like the bird movie. Let's see what else. Option 2, need a sign. Maybe it's birds, I don't know. But ironically, I felt called to pick up this deck, and I didn't use this deck for option 1. So Holy Spirit, what does option 2 need to know? That powerhouses coming into play. I need a sign. All right, I haven't even talked about the lyrics. You go from broke to not broke. Started from the bottom, now we're here. The rise. I just said that. Yeah, there we go. I'm hearing why am I hearing lean back? Lean back. That's not what I was trying to say, but Terror Squad. Why am I hearing that? I'm seeing Remy Ma. Why am I seeing Remy Ma? What is happening right now? I'm hearing something about put your hands up. Hands up. I don't know what that's about. Okay, the rise. Rebuilding from the ground up. Reborn as someone different. Rise from the ashes. Reborn as someone different. Yo, maybe the tomb was you. Your rebirth. People coming together for your rebirth. Yo. I mean, that still may not take away from a passed on person helping with this, but dang, this is your rebirth. The rise. That song. See my don't dance, we just pull up our pants and do the rock. Now lean back. Okay, I don't know what this is about. Lean back. Lean back. Hey. Okay. Victorious. Shoosh. I've been going for a minute now. I'm back with the jump off. Goons in the club, just case something jump off. I think that's the lyrics. Okay, Lil Kim. Okay. Remy Ma, Lil Kim. Okay. Very fitting for a daveeast inspired pick a card reading. East Coast, right? Beating your competition, enemies, overcoming obstacles, success and power. Joining forces to be enemies? What? Joining forces? This is crazy. Beating your competition, enemies, overcoming obstacles, success and power. That is crazy work. Damn. Okay, I think I want to leave it there. But look, we have the feminine. Remember, I kept getting up. Now we have the feminine wrapper, and I got the feminine, and we have the 2 of Cups. So a woman will play a role. Your feminine side, feminine energy. So there could be someone that you could be partnering up. Now, for some of you, this could be a friend. This could be a partner. Then for some of you, this could be romantic. I feel the need to say that it could go different ways for you guys. Okay, so don't judge it. Just allow it to be. Okay. Now let's get into these cards. I'm happy I started with that. That's the song. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. That's it. I'm all the way up. A few weeks could be significant, okay? I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop. Tell me what you want. What does he say? Shorty, what you want. Shorty, what you need. French Montana, I can't remember. Option 2, Holy Spirit. Ooh, what is this? No, give me one. Y'all doing too much. Spirit, give me one. Thank you. What is this? Notorious B.I.G. Mic drop. Mic drop. Mic drop. I'll be missing you. I'll be missing you. Yes. Notorious, prove them wrong. Oh, freaking rise, man. Freaking rise. I gotta watch my words on here, y'all. I have to be extra corny and civilized in these readings so I can get paid, okay? So don't judge. All right. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. Okay, the rise, victorious, notorious. We are. No, notorious. He is. Okay. Elevate, hold yourself accountable. Yes. Okay. Kelani coming out here. Hold yourself accountable. So it's time to elevate, rise. That's the same as the rise. The rise. What's crazy is the inner. I think it was this reading earlier. I said the rise and fall. I could be wrong, but this is like, this is crazy. This is the rise, y'all. This is the rise. Oh, we got Lauryn Hill coming out. Oh, you're out of this world, ethereal. Yeah. Ethereal, you're out of this world. This is powerful, y'all. This is a strong elevation. This is such a high elevation. The frequency shift is so crazy on this one that it's like I'm out of this world. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Identity, be true to you. I don't know who that is, but be true to you. Okay. Let's see one card. Gosh, one card, please. I'm not taking multiples. Y'all can give me one. Eternal self, soul alignment. Tyler, the Creator. Talk about creation, right? Eternal self. Eternal. This crazy soul alignment. That's what's happening right now. You're aligning with your purpose. You're aligning with your purpose. So we have notorious, elevate, ethereal, eternal self. It's all about upward and onward. So this is a rebirth. Like, this is crazy. This is the afterlife. Yo, this is crazy news. Borderline on some Tupac afterlife. Like immortal. Like with this notorious B.I.G. coming out here. Like, this is like I'm elevating ethereal, eternal self. Like, I'm out of this world. This is your higher self connecting with you. They're saying just hold yourself accountable. Prove them wrong. You're out of this world. So I'm aligned with your purpose. This is deep. I love this for you guys. I love this for you guys. I don't feel like you guys are going to be a long reading. I feel like we're getting to the point. You're raising up, you're rising up, and you're joining forces with powerful components. Wow. Powerful players. Interesting. People who are also in whatever it is you do. They could do different things, but it's like people who are also in this game called life, right? This life, that's a matrix. So it's like powerful forces are joining for victory. Can we get some messages on this? What's up? Give me some more. Five of Swords. Yeah, so this is like you healing from past pain, past betrayal. You know, things that have happened in the past, it's like you're letting go of it. You're coming out of it. Yes, liberation. Yo, crazy. Option 2 at the same. I said option 2. You are option 2. Option 1 at the same card. Liberation. This is at freedom. The blooming, the transformation, death, transformation. Look at that card. Yeah, you didn't had it here like twice or 3 times. So this is you guys, you know, the butterfly has to go through so many different stages of life to be the butterfly. You know, and even then it can't see its wings. It goes through so much and can't even see the beauty it's turned out to be. So it's just like, you guys are growing on a whole nother level. You just have to see your worth. You guys have the Wanderer, which is the full card. Option 1 also have the full card. Yours is different. You have a fox, and she's a ballerina dancing with a white rose. It's like grace, elegance, moving forward with ease and grace. Definitely connected to the higher self. She's levitating. Yep, and you have elevate. So, option 1 had this card. Connecting with your emotions, connecting with your, leveling up emotionally as well. Freeing yourself, being liberated. This is freedom. They're showing me a wild horse, like a horse running. Give me one card. One card. One card. That's it. The Magician. You had the High Priest. There you go. As above, so below. The mind and the heart connecting. Look at those DNA spirals there. All the elements coming together. You have every tool that you need to manifest whatever it is. Look at that. The Merkaba in the hand. The eternal self, soul alignment. You guys are aligning to your purpose. You have the flower of life in the other hand. There's a hawk or an eagle. Oh my God. You have the Ten of Cups. Community. Family. Purpose. Emotional fulfillment. Option 1 had the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Cups. You have the Ten of Cups. That's amazing. This is family. This is soul fulfillment. This is like my heart is fluttering. Finally, good things have came. Like it's I don't know. It's giving me that feeling of like always wondering when something good was going to happen. Like when will you have your goodness? And this is it. The silver lining. Wow. Which makes sense. You're asking about, I need a sign, like, and then it's like all of a sudden the universe starts to give you signs one by one and it accumulates to this. Having a better life. And always moving forward, always wanting better for yourself. You know, the rise victorious. It's like I'm hearing I see things differently. I speak differently. Like this is different language. You have to be on a certain frequency to connect with this. In that song, it's like, you keep you a hustle whether you broke or not. It's like I'm constantly working. I'm constantly, and I also got Overtime by Nipsey Hussle. So it's like I'm constantly working. I'm constantly building. I'm constantly creating. Always moving forward. Always leveling up. You know? That's the energy here where it's like, it's always, I want to say progressing. Like you're always progressive. It's like, productive, progressive, you know, persistent, just moving forward, you know. I'm here prolific. Yeah, and there's a hawk or, yeah, this looks like a hawk because it's making me think of Horus. So either a hawk or an eagle here. So it's like seeing things from a higher perspective. It's a high flying bird. So it's, everything is high. It's high, uplifted. You keep taking me higher and higher, you know, higher. Nipsey. I should have known we were going to get a lot of Nipsey messages within the daveeast reading. I should have known that, but this is the energy. Like you're connecting your heart and your mind. You're connecting your power, your forces, and this is the magic you're tapping into. So this could even be you connecting your own subconscious and your subconscious mind and conscious mind. You know, bringing them together, activating yourself. This is you really turning up. I'm hearing turning up the switch. Like you're turning it up a notch in your life, and I'm hearing it's truly going to have people kind of shooken. Like I'm hearing shooketh, because it's like, how did they go from that to this? This person was just going through this and then they jumped to this. It's going to have people confused. People may even reach out to you. They may think you're crazy. And it's like, who gives a damn what people think? Because right here, what it looks like is you shifted your frequency. You shifted your mindset. And because of this shift, it's like you're in spiritual alignment with some good things. And life is going to start to play out better than it's ever, is what I'm hearing. Because you shifted your mindset. And what's even more powerful about you shifting your mindset and the way you think is that you've also reprogrammed your subconscious mind with the things you do want to happen. Knowing that it's your subconscious mind that holds all of that. All the things that you think and program yourself with is being held in your subconscious mind, and it just spits it out. So some of you guys could be into neuroscience, or you need to look into neuroscience, because this is going beyond the law of attraction, law of assumption. It's a bit beyond that. But either way, you're about to come together with some powerful people and possibly even a romantic partnership, and things are going to be looking gravy, like it's gravy. I'm hearing it's going to be, it's good. And in fact, this might shake you up so much because you're so used to things not being good. So the one thing that you may need to work on is getting out of lack mentality, but also not waiting for the other shoe to drop. You know, this kind of feels like this looks too good. This feels too good. It's like you brace yourself, because it's like, I don't want to feel it. I don't want to get comfortable in it. I don't know. It's like you're waiting for something else to happen. So that's the one thing that I would say for you guys that I am picking up on, is that this is looking a little too good for you. That's how you're gonna feel, because you're so used to trauma. You're so used to things like going good and then going bad, or you're so used to things not working out. Here's the Wheel of Fortune coming through. But it's turning in your favor. You know, it's turning in your favor because of karma. So just keep your heart pure, keep your intentions pure, and just stay focused on elevating, because things are going to work out. So let me read these messages before I forget, because it feels like we're wrapping up your reading. Like, it feels very clear. All right, so from the song, I wrote down, you know, I've been going through it. Just give me a sign. I promise we all could do it. I just need some time, and we all could do it. So it just feels like a team, kind of like I feel like you have a spirit team that's helping you. And it could even be that the team that I'm picking up on are different ancestors, maybe even ascended masters that are coming to help you because you've asked for it. You know, we have free will, so you have to ask for help, okay? Now, you guys, there's this song, and I was like, should I add that into the third option? This song came towards the end of your, the message that I was writing down, and the other songs I was writing. I Found a Way by daveeast came through, so I'm going to leave that for you guys, but I'm also going to mention it for option 3. So if you feel called to go watch that option, do check it out. But Over Time by Nipsey Hussle, that one really just stood out. So it's like your angels and ancestors are acknowledging that you're putting in the work, okay? I also wrote down where daveeast says, the scary part is I'm not even in my prime. And that is this. Like, I don't feel like you guys are in your prime yet. It's like growth, elevation after elevation, okay? From the song Broke or Not, we have the part that I wrote down from that is, F your opinion, it doesn't matter who criticized, just count my blessings. I got my freedom and I'm still alive, thank God. Focused on the finish line. I don't know why I wanted to say my finished line. So maybe some of you guys could be creating something like a fashion line, some sort of line of something, but focused on the finish line, okay? Staying focused on this goal. It's giving Mamba mentality. You guys are my mom. I wish you'd known. You guys are my Mamba mentality group. I would say that. Like, there's a lot of intro. I'm hearing introspection. Right? I'm hearing a lot right now. I'm hearing like retrospection. Like retrospect. What am I saying? It's almost making me think of like retrograde. Like something's coming back around. Like it's cyclical. Something's coming back around, but you're going through introspect. Like you're going in, you're thinking about things, you're trying to process things, what worked and what didn't work. And I feel like I'm blanking there, like I'm not connecting whatever that is there. It's like I'm hearing go back to the drawing board. Like go back to the drawing board and redesign, reconfigure. Like you're mapping something out new, something totally new, like just starting new, a new plan. And they're showing me like a football play, like they're showing me like a coach writing like a plan or something like that. Like, let's change the play. Like, no, let's just scrap that, get a whole new like strategy. And that's what this is. And this new strategy is divinely guided, is divinely aligned. I also wrote down where he says all the money in the world won't bring you peace of mind. It's more than that. And what's crazy is you guys have the 10 of Cups, which isn't, it's more about the feeling, the emotions, the peace. So that's confirmation with that. Okay, let's see. What do your ancestors want to say to you? I want to get you guys some of these cards because option 1 did get this. Yep, initiate it into the mysteries. Look at the bird. It says wise elder, knowledge to remove negative spirits and carry out rituals. Once again, this is like an initiation, being initiated into things. Yep, initiated into the mysteries. So being brought into the unknown, being given divine knowledge. You had high priest here and I accidentally said high priestess. So this is the receiving, being receptive to the divine messages, the omens that you've prayed for and asked for. So if you've been asking for the sign, then receive the signs. You know, receive the messages, be receptive to it. Even if it seems that you're like, whoa, like that's a lot to process, like they're giving it to you. You ask, they're giving it to you. And your ex gonna give it to you. You gonna give it to you. So basically you're about to be given something big. Like it's based off of your karma, your soul contract, and where you currently are at in life and your free will. You decide whether you're gonna go back down a certain path or you're gonna take a new path. Is what I'm hearing. But they're trying to initiate you into newer energies, higher wisdom, higher knowledge. Okay? Knowing how to move forward, knowing how to protect your energy, knowing how to cleanse your energy, knowing how to recharge, reset. A higher level. This is like a promotion on the spiritual realm. Like this is a promotion, being promoted. And then it's like when you're promoted and then you meet other people who are also promoted, people who also are in those higher levels, higher roles. It's kind of that energy, like you're aligning with people who are of higher frequencies, who are powerful. And at the bottom, we have ancestors speaking, I sense unwanted energy. Cleanse your home with herbs and light a candle. Okay, so they want you to light a candle, cleanse your space, cleanse your home, cleanse your car. I've set this option 1. But needing to cleanse your energy more, because it says wise elder knowledge to remove negative spirits and carry out rituals. So you guys can be called to cleanse more spiritually. Okay, especially with new levels comes new devils. You know, so it's kind of that energy where it's like, I gotta make sure I'm good. I'm A1 spiritually, because I know that I'm leveling up. You know, I'm connecting with my higher self. Like this is new heights here. You know, new heights. So you got to move differently when you level up. Then that's kind of the message. See, what else does option 2 need to know? Yeah, there's a shift in your energy, a shift in your timeline, a huge shift in your energy. You're receiving truth. There's something about feathers. She was holding a feather. Now here's a feather, a quill, which they used to write with. Okay, so writing, maybe writing things out as if they've already happened. You guys might need to look up Neville Goddard. Okay, Neville Goddard, look him up. Look him up, look him up, see what comes through for you. I didn't get you guys any of these cards. Quite interesting. I got these cards for option 1. Let me get you at least 1 or 2 messages. What do they need to know, Holy Spirit? 3 of Cups. Once again, community. Celebration as well. Celebrate. Yeah. So celebration. Coming together. There's going to be a lot to be happy about. That's what I'm hearing. A union. Ace. Wow. Look at that. It looks like a bow and arrow. Strong clarity, strong passion. It's like something's being ignited within you, and it's just forward movement. And I feel like maybe it is an energy cleanse. Maybe it is you doing some sort of cleanse, and all of a sudden everything starts to move and shift. Maybe the energy was stagnant, and that's why you were like, okay, where's my sign? What do I do next? Maybe you need to cleanse your space. Maybe you need to cleanse your energy, and then like get the waters moving. You know, it's like remove the barrier, get the waters flowing. But I am hearing my cup runneth over. So this is a lot of good. Yeah. You guys got the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. I'm hearing your win starts alone. You have the 4 of Wands. Your win starts alone, and then it's like the right tribe comes in. It's interesting. You've been building alone, and then you enter this initiation, like this portal. And then the right people come in, because it's like, oh, we see your frequency is high now. You couldn't have met these people before. You weren't going to be able to connect with these people before, because they were up here and you were still kind of here trying to raise. It's because you've raised, now you're able to see them, they're able to see you. And that's the energy that I'm getting. Okay, so let's see what else. Option 2, Holy Spirit, what do they need to know? Elder. You had that elder. Where is it? Wise elder. So you're going to become a wise elder, but there's also a wise elder that's helping you. And this says move beyond ancestral patterns. So move beyond the patterns of your ancestors. And then earlier I mentioned like a grandfather or older spirit. Yeah, it's like moving beyond the pattern, the generational curses, breaking generational curses. You know, they're watching, they're looking on. And we also have great teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences. And it has Ascended Master Jesus here with the white dove, the Holy Spirit energy coming through with the flower of life. And this, so once again, I say you guys could be connected with Ascended Masters, wise elders. You guys could even end up being mentors, guides, leaders, kings, emperors, queens, you know, empresses. This is that energy of that we will lead. I'm hearing lead a nation. That's very interesting. But we will lead, you know, we will come together and we will lead. So this is a type of support that you guys have in the higher realms. Ancestral and Ascended Masters. Okay. And for those of you guys who are like, what the heck is this in the Masters? It's like higher level being like prophets, like teachers, okay? From, you know, different cultures. Yeah, Emperor. Woo! Boss up. This is a leader. Look at this pharaoh. This is powerful. Look at this. This is what you are becoming. And now I need to read the book on this one because this one's too good to like just ignore. Give me a second. Here it is. The Emperor. And this is represented by, I'm probably going to butcher the name, so forgive me. 𝐾𝐽𝑚 or 𝐾𝐽𝑚. 𝐾𝐽𝑚 is a ram-headed god. He was one of the chief deities of the first cataract, an area of rocky rapids on the southern border of Egypt. 𝐾𝐽𝑚 is often portrayed fashioning humans on a potter's wheel, you have the wheel of fortune, from the clay of the Nile, emphasizing his role as a divine craftsman and creator of all life. Additionally, he was believed to breathe the Ka, or life force, into these newly formed beings, granting them life. It says authority, structure, leadership, control, stability, and order. Definitely feels like leadership. It's represented by the zodiac sign Aries, and it says the Emperor stands as a symbol of authority, structure, and control. He embodies the principle of stability and order, representing leadership, organization, and establishment. When this card appears, it suggests a time of asserting one's will, setting boundaries, or taking on a leadership role. The Emperor is about creating order out of chaos and building foundations that last. It may also indicate the presence or need for a strong paternal influence. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting here. Taking the lead is what I'm getting. Being the boss, being the emperor, you know, starting that business, you know, taking the initiative. No one's going to get it done but you. That's the message. Like, no one's going to come in and be like, oh, so-and-so's working on this. Let me help them. Let me work on it. Like, let me do this. I mean, maybe, but usually no. It's you that has to get your dream off the ground. It's you. And we come into this world alone and we die alone. And that's what you need to carry through life, is that if you don't get it done, no, you can't rely on other people to get it done for you. It's beautiful if you have a team like Nipsey's team who's willing to pick up the baton after you leave, or if something happens, you know. But life doesn't always work like that. Like, it's your legacy, it's your goals, it's your talent. And Nipsey, this is a Nipsey Kobe pile. Nipsey had to go at it alone, you know. Like, let's think about his hustling days when he was trying to get his rap career off the ground, when he was young, a teenager, you know, when he was in the streets alone with just him and his brother, you know, him and Black Sam. So think about it. Like, there's so much that you have to do alone, and then the right people will come, you know. And even then, you have to have discernment to make sure they really are the right people and not just riding on your coattail, you know. So it feels like you are going to attract a very powerful tribe, but it first starts with you being in that powerful energy yourself. Yeah, the Star. See, you guys could be with the Chariot. Damn. Horus coming out. You guys possibly are meant for some sort of higher level, like, success. I don't know what this could be, but you could be meant to be heard, seen on some sort of platform. And we have so many platforms nowadays. So get your word out there, get your voice out there, you know, just get out there. The Chariot talks about moving forward fast. Horus is protection. So yeah, do what it do. Like, you know, be yourself, be authentic, and get out there, because the world is awaiting whatever it is you have to share. So don't back down now. Like, you need to move forward. Don't back down. Ashe. You guys have the Ashe card. I love it. It says Ashe, a Yoruba word for power and command and authority. It's like when you say everything is working out for me, so be it. You know, Ashe. Amen. You know, in Christian, you know, like when you're a Christian or a Catholic, you say amen. Amen, right? Like, to affirm it, to set it in stone, you say Ashe. So this word represents having the ability to make things happen and the power to curate change in your life. Remember, you guys have the magician and the high priest. So whatever you will, like your word, like, you know, they say your tongue is your sword, or your words are spells, right? So this is them, like, reminding you that there's power within your words. You know, that is magic too. So you guys are very big at manifesting and bringing things to life, and y'all could shake some things up if you really wanted to. So they're saying take the initiative, take authority of your power. And then we have compassion. So even with this power that you've been given, what is it? What's the term? to whom much is given, one is tested, you know. 𝙏𝙬𝘼𝙈, compassion. And he's sitting here with his mala beads and meditation. So with this power comes great, you know, responsibility. The emperor is above all the kings. Remember that. So just keep that in mind, that you have to have compassion for yourself and with your team when you do attract that team or your partner. Compassion to yourself and with others, but 𝐴𝐻. Some of you guys may feel called to leave a cigar at your altar or a cigarette at your altar. That could be for someone out there. But yep, that is what I have for you guys, option 2. I loved it. You guys, the energy is different. Let's get let's roll the dice for you guys. I didn't do that for you guys. You guys have number 2, okay? Number 2, and you guys are number 2. Yeah, okay, a little funny message I left. So I really like the part where Dave says if there's problems and I pull up on the bike, I'm on Debo time. I just had to write that down because whenever I hear that song, I start laughing because I see Debo. Rest in peace. I think his name was Tiny. But anyways, yeah, I don't know, that just always makes me laugh, like pulling up on a bike. So anyways, you guys, that's what I have for you guys. Connect with your spirit guides. Do your cleanse, because some people use cigars to cleanse energy as well, tobacco to cleanse energy. So just a little side note. Sending you love. Let me know how it resonates down below. If you like a personal reading, email me, MysticalMermaidLight@gmail.com. All right, we're moving on to option 3. Option 3 is I need a drink. Hold on. It's probably 3 p.m. and I started this at 11 a.m. and I've been fasting through this whole reading. Okay, let's get started. What does option 3 need to know? Okay, option 3, I didn't write your song down. I didn't write your song down, 3. It's just clicking to me that I did not write your song down. Give me a second. Hey, option 3, welcome to your reading. Okay, let's roll the dice, you guys. You guys have number 4 for stability. Ironically, I wrote down 444 and I wrote down 888, 808, okay? So 4s and 8s could be significant. 4s usually represent angelic protection. I also wrote down Archangel Michael, okay? I also wrote down overcomers, breaking barriers, growth, maturity, and equal energy exchanges being significant, as well as magnolia. So I don't know if that means the magnolia flower itself or Magnolia, Louisiana, is also what I got, Louisiana. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if magnolia is a flower of Louisiana. I could be wrong, but for some reason my brain wants to say it is. So that could be significant for someone. Louisiana, all right? Or being Creole or something like that, all right? Maybe just the South, all right? Because I just randomly heard Georgia Peaches. And I'm hearing Georgia, Georgia. You guys remember that song by Ludacris? We on the grind in Georgia all the time. And ain't nothing on my mind but Georgia. We ain't playing with you. And I'm hearing that randomly. So that's what I have written down. Now, your song is Doing Great by daveeast featuring Mike and Keys, okay? But, as I was wrapping up option 2's reading, at the very end, we had the song I Found a Way by daveeast. So I want to also mention that song just in case it's significant for someone, okay? So Doing Great by Mike and Keys. You guys have 3 songs. You guys also have Soul Food and Mecca, daveeast featuring Ransom. So honestly, that's from the Final Call. And I really, I had never heard of Ransom before, but I like most of his verses. When I listened to that album, I was like, okay, I like this. I think he was spitting some real, like, you know, inspirational messages. And I don't know, it's weird because his flow is real cool, but it's very relaxed. Like it's deep, it's intense, but it's relaxed. It's not too harsh. He's got a cool flow, so I might have to look more into his music as well. So that's what we have, okay? So I'm going to get into these cards and then I'll touch on some of the other notes that I have written from Soul Food and Mecca. All right, let's get started. Let's see what cards I want to start with you guys. Start with some Oracle and we'll get into some Tarot. The birds have been chirping all throughout this whole reading, from my backyard, my front yard. What's crazy is while I was in preparation for the video, they weren't making noise. So I think it's very interesting that we're getting all this chirping during and it feels very close, because they're usually not in my front yard that much, only hummingbirds, but in my backyard they're usually there, but I'm hearing it from my front yard mostly. So I think that's just interesting. All right, rain, this too shall pass. Okay, this too shall pass. So anything you've gone through, it'll pass. Okay, I think there's a daveeast quote where he says, the sun shine brighter after the rain. That's what the storm do, or something like that. Anyways, pain, this too shall pass. Okay, and then we have red pill, seek truth. Blue pill or red pill, seek truth. Okay, see it for what it is. Okay, it's like, no, that's a hard pill to swallow. You know how they say that's a hard pill to swallow, but swallow it anyway. It's like it's the truth. You know, I'd rather the truth over an easy lie, the hard truth over an easy lie. Right? I'd rather a person who obviously shows me that they don't like me is my enemy than someone who's acting like they're my friend. Right? So there's something like that. Like, I'd rather the truth than nothing but the truth. Just give me the raw, real truth. Ooh, too many cards. But you have left eye trying to come out with initiation. You were chosen. Wow. You guys have left eye coming out. Okay. One more card, Holy Spirit. Can you give me one? Let them see it. Thank you. We have salvation. Redeem yourself with Drake. Salvation, redeem yourself. So pain, this too shall pass. And redeem yourself. Salvation. I just heard saving grace. They're showing me a crucifix. They're showing me like a rosary. Show me a cross. And then that quote that everyone hears nowadays is your grandmother's prayers are still working for you is what's coming through. Like, so someone has been praying for you since before you got here. Someone has been praying for your existence and praying for you, and they still are, whether they're living or not. Pain, this too shall pass. Red pill, seek the truth. Initiation, you were chosen to be in this bloodline. You were chosen. Salvation, redeem yourself. What's at the bottom? Be Stone, Bob Marley. Hey, be still. Love it. Be still. Bob Marley coming out here. Stoned. Be still. So they need you to get still. Be still so you can hear the truth. Be still. You were chosen. Be still to redeem yourself. This is a blessing in disguise. Whoa. I love that. This is a blessing in disguise. They're letting you know everything happened for a reason. It's a part of your journey. It's a part of your path. It's a part of your soul contract. Go with the flow of this. And what's crazy is, like, talking about pills. It's kind of ironic, but we have Left Eye and we have Bob Marley, and they're both like, we're into, you know, I'm thinking about the islands. I'm also thinking about healing and herbalism, you know, and I'm eating more from nature, and they were both kind of on that wavelength. It's making me think of Dr. Sebi's or Dr. Sebi. So taking care of yourself, taking care of your health, taking care of your well-being. And it's ironic because we have soul food in Mecca, and I actually wrote down food for the soul, you know, being inspired, food for the soul. So I also wrote down, like, you guys raising your frequency so high that you'll be able to inspire others. And I'm trying to see where, I have that, raising your frequency and inspiring others to do the same. Then I also wrote down the quote that Ransom says, or it says, my aura is too strong for you to avoid your I wanted to say corny, your goofy pride I destroyed. So yeah, so it's like being able to inspire others by being, by doing, just by being, just by doing, you know. So that is really the message there. And then from the song Soul Food and Mecca, which it feels like that the focus is more on that, I have God keep talking to me, send me one more sign, which is kind of like a nod to his to Dave's song Need a Sign, which, by the way, is another option. If you guys feel called to choose another option, check it out, because it could be one, it could be the one that has that. All right, I also wrote down where he says spiritually what was I about to say? Spirit's actually talking. So yeah, it's like confirmation, reassurance, receiving messages from higher realms. I'm gonna see what else. I'm gonna pull some cards on that. But blessing in disguise keeps coming through. I keep looking at that card. He also says in the song, a winner is just a loser that tried one more time. A winner is just a loser that tried one more time. That's the main part of the song, if I'm not mistaken. But that energy is true. I'm here, dust yourself off and try again, Aaliyah. It's like, don't give up. If you give up, then you've lost. If you keep trying, then you're a winner. And yeah, it's making me think of this interview with Nipsey, where he was like, you know, I went through every emotion. I've been through everything. He's the only difference between me and someone else is that I didn't stop. I didn't quit. You know, so that is a message. Like, don't quit. You know, keep going. All right. So that's the main thing. And then from the Doing Great featuring Mike and Keys, he says, my energy protected. I've been burning sage. Follow how you're feeling. You won't be led astray. I said it and I meant it. Don't know no other way. They ask me how I'm doing. Tell them I'm doing great. Because if I wasn't, could you help me? If I really wasn't, would you help me? And that goes back to the equal energy exchanges of, you know, often you're out here doing it alone. Oh my God, I just posted a Tupac video where the quote is like, you know, you just focus on you, and when people ask for help, tell them that they got to work hard like you, or something to that extent. Because it's like, you could be working hard and needing help, and no one comes to assist you. No one comes to support you. No one comes to help you. But as soon as you're doing good, then you have hands reaching out. And that's kind of the energy that I got from that song, Doing Great. Is like, you know, it's like, if I really wasn't doing good, would you be down to help me? Would you go out of your way to help me? Because right now you're asking me for help. That's kind of vibe I got. Where it's like, who's really going to be there? Who's really there for you? Who's really there for you? So it's like having your own back. But this is on a higher frequency. I feel like for those who chose this option, I swear I want to see what bird is chirping like that, because it's so loud and so close. But it just feels like, I'm telling you, this doesn't happen like that all the time. Like, I'm telling you, I feel like it's symbolic somehow. I just don't know how. But it could just be the frequency. But like I said, the frequency for you guys' reading is very high. And I feel like for those who chose this reading, you're facing truths. You're facing maybe even some harsh, real truths. Like, maybe it's your friends or family that's like, they're not raising a finger to help you. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I haven't had one family member pay for a reading. I've had so many family members request for readings. I've given so many free readings to family members. Not one of them has ever paid me. Not one. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, let me go back and make sure. I don't think, no one's ever paid me. Like, I'm trying to go back and make sure I'm not lying on that. No one has ever paid me for reading. And my readings are very detailed. But acquaintances, I've had strangers do the most for me. I've had strangers turn around, pay for a reading, and then send me extra money, and then go ahead and send me a tip. Crazy business. I've had friends that I've met from yoga turn around and get readings from me and send me tips. Just randomly, you know what, I was listening to your reading again a year later. Let me send you some money because it resonates now. Thank you. So when I'm saying, like, you'd be shocked how... You'd be shocked. Sometimes it's not your own tribe. It's not your blood that supports you like that. It's random people who will be like giving you equal energy exchanges. I'm just saying. So I feel like someone needed to hear that. I was having a talk with one of my neighbors. She's a photographer. And she said, it's crazy how people don't want to pay me for my services, especially my friends and family. It's so crazy how they do not want to support my services. She said, it's always tricky, you know? And I could relate to that, because I'm like, your family and your friends can know what the heck you're going through. They can know what you're going through. They can know the struggle. They can know that you need money to pay for something. And they'll still be like, yeah, so can I get a reading? No, nothing. I think one family member, what they did was, I gave them a reading and then they brought me dinner. So that was cool. That's like a one time. I don't want to lie on that person. Like, that was it. They treated me to dinner. I did their reading. They gave me dinner. You know, we were hanging out, and so they were like, I want a reading. I got the food, and you give me the reading. I was like, cool. That's cool. But you have to learn boundaries to say, you know what, I love you, I care about you, but I can't do this. I can't pour myself into you for free like that. Like, what am I getting back? I still have to go home and handle my ish. I still have to go about my life and do things. So you guys, this could also represent boundaries, like wanting, like raising your frequency so high where you want to help people, like you want to be there and support people. At the same time, you got to have boundaries, because people will drag you, people will pull you, people will take. If they know you're a giver, they're going to take. So you have to have boundaries to say, you know what, I love you, I'm cool with you, I rock with you, you my homies or whatever, but this is what I do for a living. This is my hobby, this is my skill, this is my craft, this is my talent, this is my business. I cannot give you everything for free. In fact, they should be wanting to support you. They should be wanting to send you a tip, wanting to pay for whatever it is you do, wanting to support and share what it is you do, you know? So, you know, and I can respect someone who says, hey, I may not be able to send you money, but I can exchange your, you know, my service with your service. So I do this. Can I help you with this? You know, can I do this for you? So this is, I'm telling you, this reading is more about equal energy exchanges. Okay, and seeing who's really there for you and who's not, who's using you and who's, you know, really there for you. Support your dream. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Could you be loved and be loved? That's what I'm hearing. All right, let's get started. Oh, birds. Bob Marley. Maybe that's a wink from the universe. Okay, let's see what's going on. You guys are my distant relatives, pal. You guys are my distant relatives, pal. Nas and Damian Marley. You guys, don't tell nobody. I'm telling them. I shouldn't even be telling y'all. I shouldn't even be telling y'all right now. Option 3. I'm going to be doing a distant relatives pick a card reading because I love Damian Marley, and I love Nas and Damian Marley together. I like Nas, but those two together on that album is powerful. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing that soon. Okay, I should have did that like 2 years ago, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. All right, let's see. Option 3, let's get some cards on this. Boundaries, y'all. Boundaries. Know your worth. Don't settle. Charge your worth, and then go up. Add taxes. Remember, I had a client tell me that she thought I should raise my prices. She's the reason why I raised my prices, because she said I would pay for that. She said, I think you're cheating yourself offering cheap prices. Of course, that was before the economy got all kind of, well, it's always been effed up, but it got even more effed up. But remember that, and I'll never forget it. You guys have similar cards to option 2. This is crazy. The High Priest, 3 of Cups. Yeah, I'm hearing high frequency, highly valued. And what's crazy, we have this sometimes, a collective consciousness of energies come together and they get similar messages because they're a collective consciousness of energies, similar wavelengths, but I want different energy. All right, let me reshuffle. Sometimes you need to hear it from somebody out, you know, on the outside. Raise your prices, yo. Do better, you know? Let's see. There's a reason why I'm saying this. Put a price on it. That's what I'm hearing. Put a price on the 6 of Wands. Victory. Win. Boom. Another option had the 6 of Wands, but from a different deck. And you guys have it coming from this deck. And he's working on his craft. He's working on his craft. 6 of Wands usually shows a soldier, a warrior coming out of a war, coming out of battle, scarred, bruised. And he's the only one who made it back. Everyone's cheering him on. But what's interesting about this one makes me think more of like the 3 of Pentacles, of someone watching your work, you getting the recognition for your work. And what's interesting here is he has his artwork here, right? This hieroglyphics, he's created this. He's sharing, teaching a message. He's sharing his story, right? Some of you guys could be called to be writers, poets, authors, motivational speakers, healers, you know, spiritual coaches, whatever it is. It feels like you guys are supposed to be speaking up. There's a word I was looking for there's a specific word for speakers. And I'm blanking on it right now, but you're supposed to be using your throat chakra. You guys are supposed to be heard, seen, maybe even artists, since this is here, right? Sculptors, painters, visual arts. There's something here about creating and inspiring through via creation. Highest human impact is to inspire, right? So, and it looks like she's sitting here like, you know, in awe or in admiration, or maybe even telling him, hey, you need to be charging for this. Or like, you know, this is really good. So surround yourself with the right people is what I'm hearing. People who will water you. Yeah, King of Coins, that was at the bottom and wanted to be seen. King of Coins, Capricorn towards Virgo energy, stepping all the way into your bag. It's giving Chariot energy, like really going into your bag. I'm hearing 𝐿𝐿 Cool J. You see that picture of the man on the chariot and he's on his chariot? I'm hearing it's from Paradise with 𝐴 love 𝐴. It's giving, oh my God, 𝐴 was just talking about this. Yo, stop. Okay, this is a synchronicity. There's a new video of 𝐴 on, I guess, Joe Budden's podcast or whatever. 10 of Pentacles. Literally, okay, that's it. Prince of Wands, yeah, that's it. Writing, drawing, creating. Look at the scrolls. Okay, we're gonna stop here. There's a video of 𝐴 talking on Joe Budden's podcast, and she was talking about energy and how she feels things works. Like, you attract what you are, basically. Like, whatever you are, you attract. And when I heard her, because she was trying to explain it, and I was like, basically like a mirror. Basically, whatever you are, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, and focused on is what you kind of like bring in. You mirror it. It's being mirrored to you by the universe because you are the universe. That's my take on it. But I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing because it was on TikTok. It was just a small clip. So a small clip of her talking about this subject. She may have went into it a little bit deeper. Maybe you guys should check that out. But what I'm getting here is like from the song Paradise with 𝐿𝐿 Cool J and 𝐴. He says, best believe it if the mind can see it, then the man can achieve it. And I breathe deep, I'm one with the universe. So it's like, yeah. He even says something about lighting a purple candle. I got something that you can't quite handle, and that's why you love me. But yeah, he says, best believe it if the mind can see it, then the man can achieve it. You gotta breathe it. And I breathe deep. I'm one with the universe. Max something, go 10% something, go to God first. Relax, baby, close your eyes. Yeah, so you got 𝐿𝐿 coming through here. His song. So 6 of Wands, King of Coins, 10 of Coins. This is all wins. This is giving wealth. It's giving opulence. It's giving well-to-do. It's giving money back, honey. Money bag, Cardi B. It's giving I'm in my bag and I'm not coming out of it anytime soon because I've built enough where this is being passed down for generations to come. This is an Ankh. It's an Ankh, and it represents life. It represents the masculine and the feminine energies coming together. The giver of life, right? Bringing things to life. He's sharing a story, but he's also bringing things to life. So you guys bring things to life via your hands, your words, what you envision. So this is more about you guys intentionally using your skill, hobby, craft to bring things to life for you. So this is alchemy. So whether it's your music, being mindful of the like frequencies you're using, what you're saying over your music, the energy you're putting into your music, be mindful that that's a tool that can help you to manifest more things later. So there's that, but as well as what you're drawing, what you're writing, what you're painting, all can help you manifest as well. So making sure your energy is pure. I'm hearing Solange, do nothing without intention. Do nothing without intention. Yeah, be mindful of the intention you have. Even when you're cooking, it's like, I wouldn't want to eat a meal that's from somebody angry, you know? Because that's gonna, and that's the risk that we take when we go to restaurants, right? We don't know what that person was feeling. We don't know how, what they were saying. We don't know if they were sick. We don't know nothing. We ordered food, we're eating it. We hope the quality is good. But you forget about the energy, the emotional aspect of when someone's cooking and they're placing their feelings and energy into the food. And I think that's why, like, so many of us love our aunties cooking. We love our grandma's cooking. We love that elders cooking, our mom's cooking, because it was cooked with love. It was created with love, That's a spiritual practice. So this is like, whatever it is, your craft, do it with intention and back it with your energy and emotions, whatever you're trying to manifest, because it will be felt. So it's kind of the same way I was talking about daveeast earlier, is that when you listen to his music, you can hear that. You can hear the pain. You can hear the feeling behind you know, his I think it's elocution. I think that might be the word I'm looking for. The way he speaks, you can hear it. You know, it's gritty, it's raw, and it sounds, sometimes it sounds harsh, sometimes the words are harsh. And it's different from when words are harsh and the sound is harsh. Sometimes people can project their voice in a certain way that can seem harsh, and then the words aren't as harsh. But sometimes the words are harsh and then they say it in a real cool manner. And you can pick up that vibe from him in some of his songs, that sometimes it's both are harsh. It's like, dang, like he's going in. And then there's sometimes where it's just like a relaxed voice, but the words are like sad, you know, and it's like, dang, that's the vibe that the song is on, you know. So basically it's painting your story, you know, sharing your story, but also being mindful that you can manifest by doing the same thing. So that's where it gets a little tricky. Like, you don't want to relive the past so much that you end up manifesting the same things, but at the same time, you share your story to motivate and inspire others. The same way you do that, you can manifest new energy. I hope that that's clicking to y'all, that makes sense. All right, but this is a sharing a story, and this is also like, what do they say? I don't know why I'm hearing beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's not what I'm trying to say. That's not what I don't know why that came through. But art imitates life, or life imitates art. You know, art imitates life. And that's what this is. Art imitates life. That would be the name of your reading. Art imitates life. So it's about raising your frequency. Raising the frequency of your art, raising the frequency of your craft, raising your frequency. Because it'll naturally shift when you shift. So you guys are supposed to be creating, because your creation will bring you wealth. Your creation will bring you success. And it feels like, even if it's pain, transmute it, you know, get it out, heal it through your art. Someone's going to connect with it. You're still going to level up, is what I'm hearing. Something personal real quick. They're reminding me of when my mom told me, my mom said, Taylor, you should just write music, write down your emotions, your feelings. She really wanted me to write. And what's crazy is I write now. Not all the time, but here and there I write. And it's usually like more poetry or just random thoughts. And she always wanted me to put it into a song. She was like, just write, you know, never know, it could be a song. It can never be a song. I said, Mom, if I write down my emotions and feelings, it's going to be an emo song. It's going to be a goth song. It's going to be dark. And she was like, I don't care, just do it anyways. You know, just, she was like, it's going to sell. Just do it. I'm like, no. So for some reason, I'm getting that for some of you guys. Maybe you're, you feel like what you've gone through might be too dark, or maybe you even feel like it's not, you know, deep enough. Just share whatever it is, because it's authentic to you, you know, and it could touch someone. It could resonate with someone. All right. Hell, with the music we have out now, go for it. Go for it. So basically, your craft could lead you to a win. Your craft could lead you to financial stability, because the King of Coins is always about his money. He's always going to be about his foundation, his root chakra. He's always going to be focused on bringing more structure to his life. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy does not play about his resources. Okay, he will find a way. With this Ankh and the Ten of Pentacles, all about wealth, right? He's driving he's driving towards wealth. He's not playing, like, you can't see it here, but he's driving towards wealth, literally. He's on his way to it. He's like, I'm not stopping. You know, I'm not stopping. No, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm hearing this Big Sean song where he says, why would I stop? Why would I stop? You know, the question is, why would you stop? Just keep going. Now I'm hearing Nas. If I ruled the world, yep, I would take all my sons, love them, baby, black diamonds and pearls. Okay, so let's see what's going on now. The Prince of Wands, it could start off as a small idea and become something really big. So just start, no matter how small, no matter if you have resources or not, just start, write it down as if it's already happened, envision it, speak it, hear it, you know? Just start. That's the message. Just start. Just do it and stay consistent and trust. Like, even if it's a quality thing, for example, say if it's fashion, right? And you know you don't have the money to buy that high quality fabric that you would like, start with what you can afford, you know? Start with that one shirt, start with that one sweatshirt, that one dress, you know? Start with that first, and then slowly but surely you'll see how the universe makes a way for you. You know, the universe will make a way for things to happen for you. All right. So that is really the message. Like, focus on your foundation. This is giving, like, I'm focused on my home. I'm focused on my health. I'm focused on my wealth. Like, I'm completely in my bag. But this doesn't feel like a lower frequency hustle. You know how some people just like slave all day and hustle, and they're not taking care of themselves. They're just in the loop, right? This doesn't feel like that. This feels like someone who's so spiritually in alignment that they're intentionally taking everything that they're feeling and going through, and they're placing it into some sort of craft, knowing that it's going to pay off. So whatever they're feeling or thinking, they poured into this, knowing that it's going to pay off in the long run. This is someone who's saving money. This is someone who's stacking things aside. This might even be the person who's not buying everything right away. They're not buying things because they're so busy investing into themselves, you know? They're not buying anything. They're taking that money and pouring it into a business. This is that energy. This person is like about long-term wealth. This is a long-term foundation. So with you choosing this option, this is what your angels and ancestors, spirit guides are saying to you, is choose the long game, you know? Choose the long game. And doing great, that kind of feels like that could be a message from the higher realms. You're doing great, you know? So with spirits talking to me, spirits actually talking, you guys could start to hear from your angels and ancestors, maybe even passed on loved ones or friends. But once again, a winner is just a loser that tried one more time. He's not stopping. He's already won the war. 6 of Wands, he's still creating. He's still in his bag. He's still in his bag. He's like, I'm still going. And that kind of makes me think of another option had, you keep you a hustle whether you're broke or not. That song is kind of coming out through here too. So another option had that one. Yeah, so this is all about pouring life into what you do with the Ankh. And this is also protection as well. So a lot of you guys have strong spiritual protection. It's giving a very regal, royal, authoritative energy, but they want you to use this skill, this craft, this hobby to manifest. All right. So let's get into these ancestor cards for you. What does option 3 need to know? Female ancestor, wisdom developed over time, beauty and pride. There's a female ancestor, older female ancestor that's watching over you. Okay. Wisdom developed over time. In time, you will learn it in time. And that goes along with the pain. You know, that goes right along with the pain. Pain, this too shall pass, right? Lessons are learned during our hardest times. And I believe I had that in one of the messages here for one of Davy's songs, is like, lessons learned with every loss. That's what it was. Yeah. So it's just like with everything, you know, everything is trial and error, but here on this earth, it's the biggest school ground. It's the biggest class, and we are here to learn. So that's why I don't believe in mistakes. It's like just whichever path or choice you take or choose, that's what it just leads you down. Like, you chose that, there's a lesson to go along with it. You know, that's just the way it works. So some of them are harder than others, but it is what it is. Either way, you're going to take from it. You're going to grow from it. So there's that with female ancestor. Do I want to take this? They want to give me a ton of cards. We have albino brothers. Very interesting, the brothers. And it says, born to stand out, embrace every part of yourself, dealing with childhood trauma, being bullied, insecurities. So some of you guys could be releasing trauma, maybe through this work or through this art form, okay? Born to stand out. Yeah, needing to heal from insecurities, heal from the past, but placing it within this craft, because the tarot cards are amazing. The tarot cards don't look like anything's wrong, you know? It's all about leveling up. And then you have the altar. which I'm telling you, almost like I think every option now has had some sort of message about an altar, you know? So we have the altar here, ancestor veneration. The altar, giving offerings, establishing connection, receive a message. Yeah, so your ancestor spirit guides want an offering. They want devotion. They want time with you. God, source, spirit wants time with you. Whether you have an ancestor altar or not, I mean, I highly suggest getting one, but if that's not your vibe, if that's not your thing, at least, you know, pray. You know, light a white candle and pray to God, source, your angels, you know, or get a prayer cloth and work with that. I actually have a prayer cloth. And, I don't know why they're telling me to tell you that. I don't know. White candles, connect, devote yourself to your spiritual practice. Spend some time in that energy. Okay, that's what I have for you. Maybe even it's music. Drumming is spiritual. It's a way to connect with your spirit guides, you know? Dancing is spiritual. So it's about intention here, okay? But you're going to receive a message if you do this. That's what they're saying. If you leave something at the altar. You could even be like a passed on person that you're missing or loved one. Leave them a candle, like light a candle for them. Leave them some flowers at their grave. Just do something for them. Like I should have did that today. It's Mother's Day and I didn't go to the cemetery. But I was just like, I am not in the mood to deal with coyotes at 𝐻𝐻𝐻 Cemetery. And I am not in the mood to like be out in traffic. And so, but I don't know why I'm sharing that. But this is the energy. I'll leave flowers at my altar. So, for example, if you can't make it to a loved one, some people don't know this. If you can't make it to a loved one's grave, or if you can't make it to the cemetery, some people don't even know where their loved ones are buried. Some people have their loved ones are their ashes are somewhere else. So, just light a white candle. If you have a picture of them or something that belonged to them, place that there. And if you don't have anything of theirs, no picture, no belonging of theirs, write their name down and place it by a white candle. You can put a glass of water if you want, if you're feeling extra nice. Maybe a cookie or brownie or food, something that they liked. If you know what they liked, maybe a piece of fruit. Bring some fresh flowers to the space. For so long, that's the way I honored my ancestors. So you do with what you have. It doesn't have to be extra. If you have, if you are resourceful, if you are abundant, and you have a lot to give, then give. But if you don't, it's okay if you just have a candle. It's okay if it's just water. It's the intention that counts. Okay, so that is the message. Someone needs to hear that. All right. At the bottom, what do you have? You have the hardworking ancestor. Don't waste your life working for others. Fulfill your dreams, be motivated, and know your worth. And that really is the message. Finding a way, finding a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Even if you don't see a way, if you just trust and have faith. I'm hearing faith as small as a mustard seed. I'm seeing DJ Mustard. Is it 10? There's a song I'm getting with him and Ipsy. I'm blanking. But anyways, faith as small as a mustard seed. That's all you need. You just need to believe. Believe in yourself. Believe that things will get better. Manifest that things will be better. Just start saying it even when you don't see how. Just trust. The universe hears you. You are part of the universe. God is within you. It's not a separate figure that you're looking for, So your ancestors are like, don't slave your life away trying to make someone else's dream come true. Make your own dream come true. Life is short. The bills and everything you're stressed about now could outlive you. So why spend your life with people, that you don't really vibe with? Why spend your time at a job that you don't really vibe with? Do things authentically. And that is a message. They don't want you to slave away for other people. They want you to focus on you and your legacy and your craft, because it's giving powerful. It's giving you could be like the first millionaire in your family. It's giving I could be the one that really brings, generational wealth. So they're wanting you to get to it. It may start small, but just stay consistent, okay? Feels like when you're in stillness and meditation, you'll realize what all this means. Things will come together, like the puzzle pieces will come together. You'll realize, okay, I was chosen for this. I see the message that they're trying to give me. Let's see, what is it you need to know? Bliss, trust. Look at that North Star. You guys might want to look at what's in your North Node, but this is a North Star. It's your guiding light here. It's like a spirit, This makes me think of Haunted Mansion. You guys remember Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy, where that like ball of light was just kind of, following them around. It was a spirit, trying to help them and protect them. So Give them a message. This is like a light being, usually I just see it as a North Star, needing to follow your inner compass, your North Star. Look at what's in your North Node, which is what you're supposed to be headed towards. But this represents bliss, full surrender, and trust, knowing that you're being divinely protected and watched over and taken care of. But being yourself, not being afraid to stand out and be unique. Which makes me think of Bob Marley, right? He dealt with a lot of criticism. He dealt with a lot of like unfairness just by him being him. Rastas in general have dealt with a lot of harsh circumstances, and just because of what they believed in, you know? So, but yet, he was a barrier breaker. He helped to raise the frequency. And I think that's why we have Bob Marley coming out, because I wrote down raising your frequency and inspiring others to do the same. And that's what he stood for. You know, people, it's crazy how people choose to focus on the negative. Like, people are like, look at all the baby mamas he had. But what about all the good he did? All the inspiration, you know, everything he did, how he got to where he was. So, I think he brought like 2 opposing like politicians on stage or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he went through a lot. He had, you know, murder attempts. Like, people tried to take him out. Like, he went through a lot. But Marley went through a lot, and he's very inspirational. So you guys have no more change, you know, change for the better. I'm hearing Michael Jackson, he says change, a man in the mirror. This is what this is. I'm also thinking about Tupac, changes, you know. So trust, just trust that you have a purpose and that you are being led, okay? But you are being guided, but just be yourself, you know. And your differences are what make you you, and you were chosen. So just be true to you, and who cares what other people think? Like, F what people think. Okay, let's see what else. You guys have the High Priestess, harness mystic power. That's that high frequency with Bastet here. And this High Priestess, this could literally be any High Priestess, but I sometimes connect her with Aset, Isis. But this is Bastet here, aka protector, right? Independence, agility. Cats were highly honored in ancient Egypt. Commit. So we have the Merkaba here too. And I forget what this is called. Another option had this earlier, this tool, you know? So this is about protection. Harnessing mystic power, meaning it means harnessing your own power, using your own gifts and abilities, holding it, using it. Some of you guys may be called to fast. Some of you guys may be called to be celibate, you know, to really, like, I'm hearing life force energy, chi, pranayama, you know, like your prana. So it's like holding that energy and intentionally using it towards something to manifest. That's a whole nother talk that some people aren't ready for. Okay, and what do we have here? Eagle, lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. So you got the faith as small as a mustard seed. We have a little apple seed here. It actually makes me think of the star anise. You guys might feel called to look up star anise, which I believe is connected to some angels, archangels. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. I'm telling you, y'all, this is very rewarding. This is like a wealthy pal, the opulent pal. With eagle here, the eagle sees from the highest of heights, right? And when it swoops in for the kill, right? Very powerful and regal birds. And I forget what I forget what it's called, but their little claws are scary, you know. They're not little, actually, they're very big. So see from a higher perspective, like an eagle. You know, what's the story about the eagle in the chicken coop? That is this. The eagle in the chicken coop. People trying to grab and take at your energy, keeping you low. Misery loves company, but you're an eagle. You're the chosen one, and you're meant to fly to higher heights. You're meant to be higher, you know. So you got to shift your perspective. You got to see things from a higher view. You're a high priestess. Like, you're supposed to be doing things differently. You're a leader. You may not always have followers. You may not have the biggest following, but you're supposed to be living authentically, and people catch on. Unfortunately, some people catch on until after you've transitioned from the current lifetime, but people catch on nonetheless, right? People catch on. It's like left eye. Like, people will catch on nonetheless to what you were up to. So seek the truth, be the truth. You will be redeemed. That's the message. You will be redeemed. I was about to say something shady. It's crazy. This deck was made a while back, right? I forget her name. But it says, salvation, redeem yourself. I don't know if Drake gonna be redeemed though. I don't know. I had to be a little shady. Sorry, y'all. But you know, good luck to him. Redeem yourself. You guys will be redeemed though, for sure. Y'all know I'm silly. Let's see what else you guys have. Highest self equalizer. Stop. Your highest self. You guys are showing up as your higher self. And that's the point. Like, you're in alignment and things are about to shift for you. Soul food. Y'all got something to share, to feed people. You know? I'm hearing conscious rap. Some of you guys could be into conscious rap. I also heard J. Cole for a second. I guess is he conscious rap? I don't know. I don't know too many J. Cole songs. Like, I was big on J. Cole when he came out. And then I just kind of like fell off. But yeah, that's what I'm getting here, y'all. Like, this is a huge advancement. This is a spiritual upgrade, level up, promotion on a higher level, higher ranking. This is what it's giving, higher ranking. And using your craft your craft is going to take you far, but using what you've been through in your craft. And what's ironic is that bonus message that I'm about to get into. I might as well just start it now. But let me get you guys one more card. There's a bonus message that I'm getting into, and it's basically about this. Okay, so let's see what the message is here from this deck, and then I'm going to wrap it up, and then we're going to get into that bonus message. So I think you should stick around. Option 3, what do they need to know? Yes. Y'all got yes with the cowrie shells. Yes. Your answer is yes. If you had a question, the answer is yes. It says, yes, good energy to your question situation. You may also be gifted with more than you wish for, or your desires may come to fruition sooner than you hoped. I love this for y'all. This is the winning crew. This is the winning crew. If you chose option 3, y'all are up here, top notch, high level, doing your thing, on your way to success. Just success is here, but you're even on your way to more. Like, you guys, the gates, doors, everything's been open for you, and your ancestors are cheering you on. They're proud of you because you've been raising your frequency. You've been, you know, protecting yourself more, not guarding yourself, blocking yourself, but protecting yourself, knowing your worth, you know, putting up healthy boundaries, but also raising your frequency and trying to motivate others. Your aura is strong, you're powerful, you're feeding your spirit, and this is what matters. And some of you guys could be feeding your ancestors. And if you're feeding your ancestors in this pal, your spirits in this pal, they hear you. If you've been listening to whatever they've been sharing to you, they're proud of you. This is a huge yes. If this is regarding a business, something you're thinking about sharing, 4545, look up those numbers. It's a yes. Cowrie shells also represent prosperity and abundance and protection. So that's what I have for you guys. Option 3, I don't feel like you guys need that much advice or motivation. I feel like you're already doing the work. You know what's up. That's what I really want to say. You know what it is. You know what's up. I'm hearing say what, say what, say what. You know that I like it, babe. Ooh, girl, you know what's up. Donnell Jones, left eye, hello. Some of you guys could have a connection with left eye. Left eye, when I'm telling you, like, I keep thinking about her, like her Costa Rica trip, and just everything she was talking about with nature and earth and herbs and just the energy of this earth. And yeah, there's something about that, like raising your frequency. And ironically, you know, she shifted her frequency and then she ascended. But you have to fulfill your contract. That needs to come out. Someone needs to hear that you have to fulfill your contract and raise your frequency. And she was on that journey. She was on that path. And I feel like that's what's coming through, is like you're redeeming yourself. God bless you, Harlow. You're redeeming yourself from hard times. You know, you're moving on up. You know, I'm hearing grace period. Like this, your spirit guides gave you a grace period to feel all the feels, go through everything, and now it's your time to ascend. Like you're moving. You're energetically, spiritually moving forward. So this feels like a timeline breakdown for you, where you've jumped into that version of yourself that you've always saw yourself of becoming. Like, you're there, and if you don't see it, you're like, I'm telling you, just keep going. They're showing me like a road with like signs, neon signs lighting up. Like, it's like, yes, keep going. You're getting all the signs, keep going. Like, this is a path. Like, you're on your path. Follow your purpose. This is a purpose-driven path. All right. I love you guys. Let me know how it resonates down below. Comment, share, like, subscribe. Email me if you want a personal reading at MysticalMermaidLight@gmail.com. But we're about to get into this extra bonus reading, okay? So here's the bonus reading, you guys. We have the song Eternal by daveeast. But what stuck out about the song, I wrote some things down. Where he says, I pray one of these days. Whoa, why did I say it like that? I pray one day these verses hit like scriptures. I don't know why I'm hearing, I pray one of these days you hear me. What the heck is up with that? Some of you guys have spirit guides, angels, ancestors are trying to talk to you. I'm telling you, all 3 pals have been like this, where it's like someone's trying to contact you or communicate with you. It feels like ancestrals. I should have used the ancestral deck. But this is that feeling where it's like past on loved ones trying to speak, because I'm trying to write, like, say what I have written down, and it's just like something taking over like my vocal box, like it wants to say something else. So daveeast says, I pray one day these verses hit like scriptures. And the truth is, music is immortal. Music lives on. You know, we can listen to a song that's from the 1930s and hear that person's voice, you know, the rhythm of their speech and their flow and their tone, and they're gone. They're gone. But their voice, like their frequency, is still around. So that's very powerful. And I actually have written here, your words are eternal. Your music will live on. So if you guys feel called to share, you know, share. You know, if it's your voice, if it's your art, whatever it is, share it. Share it, because it'll live on. I think of Frida Kahlo. She's gone, but her art is still around. You know, like, think of all the artists whose art is still like being used, you know, still being brought, and they're gone. It doesn't matter whether you're a singer, rapper, you know, painter, fashion designer, like, your work is still living. I'm getting Virgil. Like, your work is still being acknowledged, you know? And I keep seeing Black Panther, you know? So it's just like, just know that whatever you put out there, if it's with pure intention, it will be still received even once you are out of your physical body, okay? So I wrote down in this song, I just felt called to mention it for some reason. And I wanted to use it as like an extra message. There's a portion of this song where at the very tail end of the song, it's King Shooter, which is I believe daveeast's friend who passed away. He has a portion where he's saying, it's like an interview, and this really stood out because I've been telling people this. He says, I could F with rap. He said, I'm just gonna say homies, okay, because I can't say some of the words. Homies start liking it. He said, if all the ish that I'm going through, like, he starts to talk about, like, if all the things he's going through can make him money, like, if it's going to inspire people, basically, you might as well do it. I'm trying to make it, I can't use some of the words he said, like, YouTube is really strict on certain things. So basically he said, I can F with rap. He said he can do rap. He said people started liking it. So he's figuring out that if people like what he's going through, if people can receive and accept the pain and the things he's sharing, he's saying, because he's not lying about it, these are the things he's talking about in his raps, are the things he's actually experienced, then hey, if he can get paid by doing it, then he's down to do it. So that's what I have written down, you know. And he's saying that if people find it hot, if people rock with it, basically, then he's down to share his truth via rap. And I thought that was so important, because a lot of times people don't realize that it's the very thing, it's the very hardship, it's the grief, it's the pain, it's the agony, it's the trauma, the things that you went through. That is the very thing that people want to hear. That's the very thing that people want to see, because that's what they relate to. That's what they connect with. They connect with what you went through. They connect with your pain. They connect with your grief. It's real, it's raw, it's honest. And once again, full circle moment, it connects right back down to the reason why I chose to do this daveeast inspired reading, is because it's raw. What he's sharing is raw. His style of rap, and rap is poetry, it's storytelling. His style is raw, it's authentic. There's pain in it, there's grief in it. It's sad at times, but it's also beautiful. And I just find it to be, there's this beautiful rawness to it, or it's like, damn, that's his life. He's being authentic. That's what he's heard. That's what he's seen. That's what he's experienced. And that's his truth, you know? And of course, when you hear like rappers or any type of musician where they're going through a lot, of course, you hope that one day you'll hear, you know, the beauty, that, you know, you'll hear them experience beauty in life, you know, the good things in life. So with that being said, full circle moment, King Shooter realizes that, oh, you mean if I'm just honest and open about the ish I've been through, I can make money off of this? Y'all gonna like this? I can make a living for myself. Cool, I'm gonna do this. Very smart. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying to you guys in your readings usually, is that take your pain and transmute it. Transmutation. Take that pain and place it into some sort of hobby, skill, or craft, and see where that takes you, because you're healing by sharing it, by not holding it in, right? You're helping to heal and speak up. You know, you're helping yourself, you're helping others. Because there could be someone somewhere thinking that they're the only one going through what they're going through, but once they hear it in your song, it's like, dang, it doesn't always have to be the same experience, you know? And that's where you never judge a book by its cover, because I'm sure there are people who think that I am not the type of person who would listen to daveeast, or maybe a yoga instructor, you know, or something like that, because it's like, that's hard, that's street rap, right? From a totally different place than where I'm from. But at the same time, it inspires me, it motivates me, because I've dealt with grief, you know, I've dealt with that pain, and it may be a little different, but I have seen so many people die that I understand that grief and that pain, and I'm an artist, you know, a multifaceted artist. So it's like, I understand the different ways that artists express themselves, and I find it powerful if you can express yourself without fear on such a huge platform, because not everybody's able to do that, and I'm still afraid to do that in many ways. So with that being said, you guys, I shared this extra bonus message that if you have a skill, a craft, a hobby, or something that you even want to try, get good at it. Just pour your all into it authentically. Don't try to be like anyone else. We got enough people acting like each other. We got enough people looking like each other. Be yourself. Just be yourself. Be yourself. And trust, at some point, the right people are going to find you. The right people will find you. And that's really what this is about. It's about your legacy and your authenticity. And they say that the highest frequencies to have is of gratitude and of authenticity and love. 3 highest gratitude frequencies. So authenticity, love, and gratitude. Be grateful for your experiences, because they're lessons. Use them. Profit off of the things you've been through. You know what I mean? Gratitude. Be grateful for the people around you, the things around you, you know? Be grateful for breath, you know, your life. Be grateful for those who do support you. All right? And then love. Love is the highest frequency. Unconditional love. You know that you are loved and supported. Know that there are people who will love you that you haven't even met yet. So really, this reading was to inspire you guys. That's the reason why I've been doing these readings, is to help you guys to feel inspired by these different artists. Okay? So we can be inspired by anyone if we shift our perspective and our perception of things. Be open-minded. So that's what I have for you guys. I'm sending you love. Go check out daveeast's music. I believe he's currently on tour. Go check him out. Go check out King Shooter. Rest in peace to King Shooter. And yeah, sending so much love to you guys. And really, follow your purpose. Follow your heart. Follow your inner compass. And listen to your gut and have strong discernment, and just keep moving forward. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. That's what I have for you.